It's the.
I got it. I got it.
It's the. It's the. It's the. Hey. It's the. It's the. Hey.
Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Brooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all. Let's get it.
Stranger.
It's the official.
It's the
Mars, the first ever on BKS1 Radio versus Venus show.
It's the
male perspective versus the female perspective. It's going to be some real talk today. All right, so we're going to give you this number right now. Hold up. I run a professional show. All right, hold up. All right, so if y'all have any questions, y'all can call in 646-233-1302. All right, so it's the Mars versus Venus. Now, this is how this is going to go. All right, it is going to be the female topics first, then the male topic, then the female topic, then the male topic. All right, and we're going to alternate back and forth, okay? And we're going to honestly, openly talk about males, females, and how we really think. All right, so shout out to everybody that's trickling in on the check-in. Shout out to Nikki Owens, D Forte, Tony Morrison, Vereen, everybody trickling in on the Facebook side. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, all of that. Y'all mics are open. Y'all do know that, right? All right. Okay. So, again, see what I'm saying? You know. Anyway, people. All right. So now, look. First, we're going to start by introducing everybody. We're going to start by introducing everybody on the panel. On the panel. Okay. Starting to the left, we have
Miss Maddie.
All right.
How you guys doing?
Starting to my right.
What's up, everybody? Yo, it's your girls.
your mic. Use your mic.
What's up, everybody?
That's
My mic
when-
ain't on. My mic's not on. I can't. Can y'all hear me?
Yes. We hear
The
you.
world can hear you, Mama.
Where you hear?
Well, I'm glad the whole world can hear
You're
me.
not
right
gonna come
now.
for her today.
Thank you, Queen B.
What's your name?
They
To the
starting
Himalayas.
already. What's up, everybody?
You
It's
already?
your girl Chanel from the Owl Show. We are representing today at the Mars Venus event right here. WBKS1.com, YouTube, TuneIn, Facebook, Instagram. Everybody, we here in the building. Mars Venus, your girl Chanel.
Sis.
Queen B is
Queen
across
B's
from
in-
me.
Queen B's
Queen
here.
B's in the building.
You see me?
We here.
You see
My
us?
team
The
is
same
Maria.
thing, we a team.
My team is
Right here,
Akisa.
Miss
We in
Maddie.
this building. All right, go ahead, sir.
All right.
I'm good.
You finish.
Next, sir.
Woo, what up?
No doubt. No doubt. On the
Plain
other
and
side,
simple.
Can you?
on the other side, we have.
I mean, she introduced me. I'm Queen B.
Thank you.
The
Okay.
voice of reason.
All
You know
right.
what I mean? I'm here.
All right.
I'm here.
She in the building.
I got it.
She in the building.
I got it.
In part of the
We
winning,
here.
in part of the winning team, we have.
Jeff. Dig it.
My name Jeff. Hurricane Kiss. What's up, y'all?
All right, kids.
Yes, kiss.
Yes, and we are here in this building. I am the chosen one. but you have to put the J in front of the chosen, and that's who you get. So that's how we do it on
Done.
the Storm Norm BKS1 radios. Yes, this is me.
It's
J
not.
Chosen.
It's actually not.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, now
yes.
listen. If you have any problems on Facebook, check this out. Just simply go to BKS1 Radio TV. All right, I'm going to put the link into the comment section on Facebook so y'all know where to go. All right, so y'all know what this is. We about to start this off, and let me get this link though ready for y'all for Facebook and everything. But anyway.
Shout out to Stan Moore from the Dad's Band who's tuning in right now.
Shout out to Stan from the Dad's Band.
What up?
Shout out to everybody on IGs. If you got your IGs up, you're not going to be looking into our phones for this whole thing. This is going to be a professional show. I don't. Oh, hold on.
Africa.
I'm sorry. We had a moment.
Blow dart.
We had a moment. All right, so we're going to start.
Set us free.
Yeah, listen, we're going to start with the first question. All right, so the first question is going to come from the Venus side, the female side, and the first question they want to know, what happened to our music? Yeah.
The music's here.
Okay, all right, yeah, there you go. We have that little theme music.
He turned me down. He forgot.
Yeah, there you
Just like
go.
a male.
All right.
At least you know.
Here's the first question. The first question is, I'm going to let Toya read it. From the mouse.
I know what I like in my face and what I don't like in my face.
Amen.
Wow.
Thank you so much, sis.
Thank you.
Thank you, sis.
I know how it's going to sound too. I don't do this like just every now and again. Thank you, Jeff. From over
Sometime
there.
today, please.
Question number
And
one.
the question is,
Question number one. Okay. Why don't single men approach well put together women?
Why don't single men approach well put together women? All right.
Go.
So, all right, check this out. Jay, you want to respond first?
Go ahead, Jay.
Not at all. I passed.
All right.
Fear.
Why don't single men approach well put together women? So what we're going to need you to do is elaborate.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that.
Go ahead, Queen Bee.
Chanel.
Well, pretty much. There's a time when hair is done, nails done, drive a certain car. You're well put together. You're well put together. You almost look untouched, and there are times when males are intimidated by that. That's why we asking.
Okay. All right. Now. Okay. I'll take this one.
let me get it when you're done.
I don't mind approaching women like that, but I'll be honest with you. Well put together women. So if I see a woman, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I see a woman rocking, and I said this before, Gucci, got red bottom shoes and all of that, whatever like that. But listen. Not necessarily my type. My type. She driving a Benz. She red bottoms.
You really do that?
Gucci bag, Fendi bag, all of that. That's not necessarily my type. Why? Because, look, let's be honest. First impression is everything. If I see a woman I feel is high maintenance, No, that is to me. That's high maintenance.
Okay. That's your opinion. Go ahead.
It kind of turns me off. It kind of turns me off. Now, no disrespect to any woman that's rocking like that, but that's just not for me. Woo?
Let's look at the environment that we're in, where masculinity has been weaponized, where if we holler at somebody, it could be misconstrued, the Me Too, etc. Is that everybody? No, of course not. That's number one. Number two, if you're overtly materialistic, yes, that is a turnoff.
Overtly.
Yeah, of course. So no, I don't. So no, I don't know. So no, I don't know who you are, but like everyone, I go by what I see. So if you're projecting this idea that that's what's most important or that's what's in the forefront, keep pushing. Now, watch this. Am I begrudging your success? Absolutely not. But what I begrudge is when you think that is success. See, that's a byproduct of you following your heart's passion. But if you're constantly projecting that, then that's a turnoff because it appears. Now, am I wrong? Of course. Now, if we start talking and I see something differently, yes. But this materialistic, opportunistic, I don't need you vibe and rah, 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 that's a turnoff. That's why.
Okay, go ahead. I want all the gentlemen. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling me a gentleman. Maybe it's the energy you give off.
Hey.
So it's not about you being put together and how you look and how you dress. It could be people go off of energy and the vibe.
Well said, sir.
Jay?
Sometimes I feel like it could be the standards, that comes in the situation. When you think about a woman that is well put together, I don't feel like every woman is like really well put together. It's I feel like it's the appearance and I feel like it's camouflaged because I call it camouflage because you don't know a person until you get to know a person, and knowing a person can take up. We say 6 months to 5 years to learn a person. So it's like, yeah, they may come off like, okay, well, I got the Mercedes Benz or I got the BMW and I like nice things, but that doesn't mean she's probably feeling those things because of something else is missing. So
just wait.
So I mean, that's how I could look about me approaching a female that has those things. That doesn't intimidate me, because I like getting to know a person for who they are. Because just because you have those things, that doesn't mean you who I think that you could be. You know what I mean? So it's like, but even with that being said, everyone is different how they think. And some people can overthink a situation and think themselves out of a situation.
Kiss.
So with that being said, going back to what Norm said, that's not my cup of tea. That's not somebody that I could rock with. So okay, but it's somewhat of a contradiction. It's somewhat of a contradiction because you're saying first impression is everything. So if I walked in here with a Gucci belt on, Louis Vuitton shoes, which I don't care for,
red bottoms.
I'm still speaking, sir. I look nice, but at the same time, that's your first impression of me. You didn't even get a chance to even see what came out my mouth yet. No. I let you speak. Now I'm gonna speak.
Okay, go ahead.
For my bagel today.
Go ahead.
You didn't let me speak. You didn't let a conversation happen. You didn't ask me any questions about myself. You didn't ask me anything regarding me. You just saw me and what I came in with and assumed she's high maintenance. You assumed she's too extra. You assumed I'm overcompensating. You didn't ask me anything. So at the end of the day, you don't know me. The same way if you came in here, just like we see people like Bill Gates and people like Steve Jobs, may he rest in peace, the richest people in the world, and
Russell
they look like
Simmons.
bums. I'm just saying. I'm not saying bums, but they don't dress.
Why you got name on white people?
Can I just say,
Child, please.
sad?
I'm just saying they don't dress like what they're worth.
Right.
Yeah.
So no, I heard everything that you said, but I'm just saying that there's a huge contradiction in between what he said and what you said. The same way you walked in here today, I'm not gonna assume. Oh, because he has a country accent, he a country Bama boy. He don't and started insinuating that you ain't got ish. I'm gonna wait until you open your mouth and say, okay, I like dude because of his personality, because of his characteristics, because right.
Now listen.
Right. But what you said, sir, was completely different from what he said.
Completely
You
different.
said you're fine. You're safe actually. What you said was wrong because you made it seem like first impression. That's like saying, okay, so everybody that walks in here because Wu speaks with a stern voice, he's an asshole. Because Toya speaks with a certain oh, she got to be ghetto. Or because you say whatever, oh, you a bougie black man who just came up.
But first
anybody would say, oh, B's uptight, whatever, because she's confident in what she feels and whatever. Oh, she's just overly aggressive.
And
first
it's
impression
sad.
isn't always everything.
But first impressions go off.
Because some of y'all men make a bad first impression about all women. You think because you see whatever, because she got an ass or whatever, oh, she's dope. Until you meet her and get to learn her.
I'm gonna hold you
and
to
say,
that.
oh, she's
whack. Go ahead, Fuse.
I was just saying it's sad because you two could be very much compatible. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of miss your opportunity because you're looking at the outside versus getting to know that person. And it's really sad because you don't know. I mean, she probably has a great job and bought everything for herself, never asked a man for anything. And the only thing she asks is for a good man in her life, not to purchase things for her, but to have a great relationship. And you two build together. And that's why it is kind of sad because most men, or some men, I say most, just look at a woman and that's the first impression of them, and it's sad.
I want to piggyback off of what Maria, off of what Maria said, and off of what Wu said. We are, like you said, the economy that we're in, and the era that we're in right now. And I think we can talk about this further on in the conversation. We already know that, statistically speaking, black women, fortunately and unfortunately, are rising. We're rising right now. We're more educated than a lot of other classes of people right now. We're achieving more now than we have ever achieved ever before. So just because she may have a Benz, with a nod as you pointed to me, just because just because she may have a Benz, just because she may put herself together well, does not mean, again, like Kiss was saying, you don't know her. You still don't know her. You're going off of that first appearance. And I agree with Jay, because Jay said you have to get to know her. You have to have a conversation with somebody before you naturally assume that because she pulled up in red bottoms and with a Benz, that all of a sudden she's so high maintenance because
let me say this.
Or she's overcompensating for some insecurity.
Let me say this real quick. Let me say this. I'm basing it on experience, right? So so throughout my travels, listen, real talk, in the entertainment industry, 9 times out of 10, when I met the young lady with the red bottoms and the Gucci bag and the $800 belt, whatever, and I'm peeping that from the door, whatever. As soon as I start to talk to her, most of her conversation is about superficial and materialistic things. So this was from my experiences, right? Okay. This was from my experiences. So my preference, that's not the type really I want to rock. I don't even want to pursue that any further.
But you will have to have a conversation to decide if she is. Again, there's materialistic females everywhere.
No, I agree with you.
I mean,
listen where I agree with you at. Yeah, you do have to have a conversation, but I just said most of this stuff that I hear coming out, most of these people, and look, man, you know this industry is fake, phony, whatever the case may be. So when I meet these young ladies that's like that, and I do say, hey, what's up, how you doing, blah, 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 and we sit down and we sharing a drink and we have a conversation, it'd be some superficial, materialistic. We're gonna take this call. Call it from the 908. State your name where you calling from. You on the Mars versus Venus show, BKS1 Radio.
Good afternoon, family. This is Tim Beverly.
Tim,
calling in, checking out the show. First of all, we are looking at the material. We're looking at an image that we already have made a judgment of what we see, not what we have experienced. You follow what I'm saying? So who will not be attracted to something that is attractive? You follow what I'm saying? So when we refuse to accept who and what we are attracted to, then we might just be missing the person that we've been looking for from the beginning.
Thank you.
So we have to take our time just to take a little bit of, like I said, move all the materialistic ideas out the way. Mm-hmm. There's a spiritual being there. Ooh. That's what we have to be more attracted to. If we have the opportunity of meeting it first. That's all I need to say. Thank you, family.
Is Tim single?
Now listen.
Oh, yes, I
am. Brother Tim. And look, and you know, listen. I rock with what you're saying, right? But I can only base it on my experience, right? So.
Oh yeah. No, that's given to you.
Yeah,
that's given to you.
So
but that is not every person that you see in that image.
And look, I'm giving you that, but I'm saying 9 times out of 10, bro, most young ladies, and look, especially this new breed, and I gotta say it like that, man. I'm keeping it 100. This new breed of female that's out here, and when I'm going to these clubs and when in these spots and everything, and doing my entertainment thing, and I'm talking to
the
them,
millennials, or
and listen, and when I'm talking to them, what's coming out their mouth is very superficial and very materialistic, and it's a turn off for me. So me as a man that's 50 something years old is not trying to check for that. Is not trying to check for that at all. I need something with a little bit more substance. Once I start talking to
that's not even, beloved, this not even your arena anymore. You're married.
Exactly. So I'm saying not, of course, not now, but I'm saying when I was in that arena, bro. Yes, of course, I'm married, love my wife, all of that. But I'm saying when I was out there or whatever, it's like this is not what I want.
Can I say something, please? I'm just tired, and I'm gonna say this word like this. I'm just tired of you guys assuming that no, because you do. You assume literally when you look at a woman because they're well put together that they have there's this stigma already put, out about them. And that's not the case. You don't know how hard they work to get to that point. You don't know, and it's not always about materialistic. Sometimes with the class of work we do, we like nice things. We like nice things. So that has nothing to do with I am better than anyone, or I am materialistic, or anything. It is, I can afford this. I'm going to buy this. It looks nice on me, so that is my preference. It's just you do a lot of assuming before, and you said it pretty much. You do a lot of assuming before I open my mouth. You do a lot of assuming that I'm materialistic. How? Did I say that I was materialistic? By what I have on my feet.
See, you not.
I like shoes.
I
like. Hold on.
If we're gonna have this conversation, you got to be realistic.
One second.
Y'all assume a hell of a lot too. You see a dude ride up in a nice
you just car. Cut me off.
He got money, but go ahead.
No, we don't. The nice car thing, I always say you got a car note. You're paying for that car, so you don't have no money. You had money before you got that car. So that's my opinion. That's what I think. It's a bill. It's a bill. Takes away from anything else. My thing is this: stop assuming, because there are beautiful women out there that actually are not approached or in marriages or relationships because that holds them back from being approached.
And it doesn't mean they have an issue. What it is now, they so wrapped up in their job, their work, and getting things, because now they don't find any men with quality. I'm not qualified to be on the market, so they're not qualified. So now I'm wrapped up in my job, work, growing, building myself, versus looking for a man. So I understand. So of course, eventually you're gonna have more, and you're gonna be more successful. And after a while, a man gonna look at you and be like, she, what is she about? So to them, I'm about a lot, but I'm waiting for that right man to approach me. You know what I'm saying?
So what you're saying is a well put together woman walks in a place, and every single guy in that place, nobody approaches her.
No, they'll look.
But so nobody. So it could be 100 men in there.
They'll look.
Then maybe they just don't like her.
No, they'll look.
Right?
That can be.
Or why didn't she approach him?
Wow.
So
because it don't work.
So
that
I
way,
mean, that's what I want to know. Like, you can say everybody. We're making such a general assessment that all men make this.
Yeah,
so all men make assumptions.
No. I feel like if a woman
approaches you, thirsty too. Y'all do the same thing. We're not gonna put this on just one side.
You're a man, but you're a man.
I don't know.
Right.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Right. I'm not saying it's true because there are women that are overly
They
be like, he thirsty. And all he said was, your shoes is nice.
You know
like,
what?
I get that part.
I've been through something like that.
Like I'm thirsty because I complimented you about something. No, I understand. On the flip side of that, it's like, why can't we get it? We're not stuck up because we're well put together. We're not stuck up because of the car we drive. We're not stuck up because our nails are done, our hair is done, and we like to look nice. We're not stuck up for that reason. So stop deeming us or pigeonholing us into that.
You know what? I think what the thing is about a well put together woman, that when a guy approach a well put together woman, certain guys are afraid of rejection.
Okay, hold on.
Let me follow up.
No, I feel like some guys are afraid of rejection because of some people don't like. No, I'm sad. Been in that situation, approach a woman that's what we see that's well put together, and we approach a woman because that happened to me. Like I approached this woman not on some BS. Like, hey, how you doing? You look nice today. Oh, I know.
Oh wow.
Well, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like we're not saying I'm not saying all women are like that. But still, like, you know, you have certain women that have a higher standard than others.
So would you repeat the question, General? Then I would like to respond. Could you just say what the question was?
Right.
Repeat it.
Okay.
Read it.
Here's the question.
Let me respond to it.
I'm going to the shot.
Go ahead. Read
Why
the
don't
question.
single men approach well put together women?
Okay, number one, I think that is disingenuous for some women to say that they don't know what they project. It's more to what's going on here than what we can see. It's what we can sense and what we can project. Stop saying that there are some women that don't project that. And when they project that, it's a turnoff. You can classify it however you want. You ask us why, we are telling you. Now, what do I mean? I don't need you. Or this is the most important thing. Let me be clear. I don't begrudge your success. I'm not intimidated by no man, no woman. Also, I don't judge your success by what you drive and whatever.
You just did.
But if you project, let me finish my point, please. But if I sense that that's what's the most important thing to you, then it's a turnoff. You can drive, do. I'm not intimidated. I'm not threatened by none of that. I am who I am. I'm my decision. I'm
Check
not
your
my
senses.
job. I'm not. I'm trying to finish my point.
Go ahead.
I didn't cut you off. I didn't cut you off. I'm not what I drive. I'm not what I do. I'm not what I have. And there are some women, not all, but some women that project that for whatever reasons that they project that is what's first. If you project that first instead of your character and your spirituality, then it turns me off. It's an excuse to say it's a turn off because of this, that, and the third. I'm 47. I know I have experiences. I meditate, I pray, and I know what I sense. So if I sense that that's what's paramount, because guess what? Are you still you if you lose the car? Yes. Are you still you if you lose the job? Yes. Are you? Am I still your man if I make less than you?
Right.
Of course. Am I still your man if you have more education than I am?
Right.
Of course. But if you project that first, if that's the first thing you project, this ostentatious, peacocking, look at me, look at me, look at me, right? Then from my perspective, I say, oh, wait. I say, oh, this is what the person finds important. Now, if we get into a conversation and you prove me wrong, fine, I don't have no problem saying that we're wrong. But it's disingenuous for some women to act like they don't know what they project.
But you did all this from the way I look.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Go ahead.
I didn't say how you look. I said what you project.
Okay.
Not how you
How?
look.
Okay, but my whole
spiritually, what you project. That you are materialistic.
Okay,
If you project
but
that,
all right. But
that's a turn off.
our point is this: you're saying is disingenuous, right? But
that for you not to know
hold
that
on.
you're being materialistic. That's
Right.
what I mean.
Okay, but first of all, for the women who aren't materialistic, for the women who don't wear their price on their sleeve, you can automatically tell the difference between somebody who is constantly blatantly just blasting what they have. Oh, I bought this, I bought that. We don't care. Right. Most of us don't really care.
We don't either.
Like B, okay, and that's my point. So, like B said, if I'm making money and I'm working my ass off, right, to be able to afford certain things, and I buy it for myself, that's for me.
I support you.
That's for me to be able to buy something that I never probably could have bought years ago. So my whole thing is this: you can't say, "Oh, what we project," because some of y'all nowadays in this era, you walk into a spot. You see somebody sitting there who's like we say, well put together, whatever the case is, hair done, nails done, eyebrows on point, whatever. Probably don't got $2 in her pocket and might be sitting there waiting for you to come up and say, how are you? Because she might be a little thirsty.
Okay.
And I'm not saying thirsty because she wants you. Thirsty because she need a drink. Right, whatever. But my whole thing is this. You cannot project something unless you are able to sit down and have a conversation.
Maybe.
And some of y'all walk in and go, "Ooh, projection! What I see." No, but you're blind, bro. You didn't even ask me shit.
Ahead, bro. When he says project,
first question.
Maybe when you say project, it's like when you see somebody, you watch how they act. You watch what they say.
Observe their movement.
You observe. I'm just sitting like this waiting.
But we watch how you deal with other people around you, and how you might be in a conversation with somebody. We listen, we pay attention, and maybe that's the projection he sees. That energy from there. It's like, nah, I'm not.
And I make my decision.
But that projection might not have anything to do with me. It's because of the fact of what you've been through, that you're scarred now. Right. How women get scarred, and we say, oh, man, some of us don't do that. So where do we stand?
No, if that's the part of the conversation you heard, that's what they're gonna make their assessment off of.
I'm saying,
like if you walked in there and I was screaming all N words and cursing and yelling and calling somebody a B and calling a girl B, you'd be like, oh,
that's different. Ignorant. I'm saying without anything being said. You get what I'm saying?
How many times I don't get approached? I don't get approached because my resting bitch face looks mean, but I'm the goofiest person in the world. Right. But I always so if you go on what you perceive and spiritually what you see or feel, that you could be wrong. I mean, you could be wrong. Let's just be real.
So in other words,
and I could be right.
So the moral of the story is, everyone just need to stop assuming.
Okay. That's my point.
Oh, okay. So can we go to the next one then?
Yes.
Before we do,
yes.
So are you saying that you don't know what resting bitch face projects? If you have these are your words, not mine. My resting bitch face. That's what you said. I didn't say that. My resting bitch face. What's the connotation to a resting bitch? Why would I approach someone that's a resting bitch? I didn't say
that's
that term.
that is the language. I'm just saying that's what they call it. My point is when I'm not smiling, my name is Basima. It means the smiling one. When I'm not smiling, everybody thinks I'm mean. Right. I'm not.
But hold on. I suffer from that too. People think I'm mean.
Right.
Too.
So people think I'm mean. My point is, if you actually approach me, that's my point. If you actually approach me when I am sitting there looking straight face, then you're not going to get. You're not. Hold on. Or don't approach me. I'm sorry. Don't approach me because you think that I look serious and that my face is straight. Then guess what? You lose out because I am the goofiest person in the world.
Listen, as a person that's prejudged by what they say and how they look, I'm aware of how sometimes I affect other people. I'm aware that my size means something to certain people. I'm aware that the volume of my voice turns some people off.
Absolutely.
Hold on. I am self-aware to know that if I'm thinking, people could think that I'm being mean.
That's my point.
I understand. I'm aware of that. I don't just say, how come nobody don't talk to me? How come nobody assumptions? I don't fucking bitch. No. I am aware.
I don't think I asked it like that.
I'm aware. Hold on. As a part of being on the show, then I'll be. All right. As a part of being on the show, I'm aware of how people assume things about me. I'm aware of that because I'm introspective.
Okay.
Ding ding. Next week,
next question. Got it. Yes.
All right. Question from us.
Question from the gentleman.
From the gentleman. All right. And first of all, let's clap it up for everybody. Views on the first thing. Look, and this is real. This is real talk. No, yeah. I'm about to do. I'm about to do that.
Go ahead, bro.
Where's my clap?
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stop touching button.
Where's my clap?
Please touch any button you feel like touching.
Where's my clap? I'm trying to.
Don't touch the buttons.
Look,
touch him.
Look, this is my clap.
All right. So listen. Here it is.
Touch buttons.
Here it is.
Got to be a hammer.
Quick summation, right? So basically for y'all first question, all right, my response to that was how I felt about when I see certain females wearing certain things and who bought certain things, whatever, right? Now, what I am going to say is, after hearing all the ladies respond to that, right, my biggest thing was assumption. Right?
Yes.
So I will say, y'all have that part, but I base my assumption on experience.
Okay.
On experience and women I have dealt with that were like that.
Right.
So I'm gonna respectfully say that I respect your point. I respect your point. But at the same time, I have a certain preference, right?
Right.
And I have a certain type that I choose not to deal with.
Okay.
Because of my own reasons.
Right.
Okay. That's fine.
So we love that perspective. Yeah.
Don't start no mess. It won't be no mess.
Seriously,
it all
we
goes from your
appreciate
experience.
that.
It's all
Because
subjective.
Our goal is to get to understand why you guys do that.
We don't like talking.
I want to know. Like
a lot of people don't like talking, but we got to go to the next section.
Did anybody hear
I understand why. We understand why now.
No. I'm talking about y'all females. The
Wait,
fellas,
don't say y'all. Says
Here we go.
Did you
Some
hear me
female.
try to say,
I did. I absolutely
that
understood that. I
You were
absolutely
right,
understood
and I
that.
agree.
Yes.
Fuse,
Okay.
excuse me,
I heard
Fuse.
it.
Sorry.
I heard
Next
it.
question.
Females. I heard it.
Did you hear me try to say
You good,
that
boy?
I
Next
agree?
question.
Yeah.
Let's go.
With Jay Chosen?
What Norm was trying to say is you had no reason to say nothing.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have said nothing.
Are you serious?
That is not what he said.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that, Jay.
That is not what he said.
Good luck with that, Jay.
Yes.
Good luck with
We
that.
need another translator.
Good luck with that.
We need
Strong, independent. Black woman ain't got nothing to say. Good luck with that, bro.
See,
we trying to get to the next question.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying
Always,
the pancake rack
always
over
say
here was
something.
like, no, but you should have just said that.
But you did. The first thing you said the same thing.
All right, next question.
Have said nothing like
Next question.
If you're joining us,
Stop it.
you're
Trying
on.
to get me killed in
Excuse me.
here.
If you're joining us, you're on Mars versus Venus. We're on our second question. This question,
First question from
came
the men.
Here's our question to you ladies. Listen.
Like my brother.
Here's our question to you ladies. Does Oops, excuse me. I put it in wrong. My bad.
Go ahead.
It's all good. We can't see it.
We got it. Don't worry.
Yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead. Go ahead.
Does your independent nature negatively affect the relationship?
Gunshot!
Listen. No, it's different.
Wow.
Listen. Let me repeat the question.
Explain.
For the listeners,
I get
because
it.
evidently y'all not listening.
I get it.
All right.
Oh my.
I can answer that too.
We the species that listen. What are you talking about?
Does your independent nature
That's a good question.
negatively affect the relationship?
Wow.
And the ladies
Go.
respond.
Can I answer?
You can go first. Go
I
ahead.
can go.
Go ahead,
first?
Toya.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Okay.
go ahead.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna answer that. Now, because I feel like this piggybacks kind of off of the first question, what we just said. Now, of course, you have different types of women. You have some women who are, if we're going to talk about this whole gold digger woman from the first question, this gold digger, materialistic woman.
Let you speak.
Then you will have some women who are. What's the song? I got my own hair done. I got my own nails done. I don't need no man. You have tons of I don't need no man type females out here.
I ain't saying that though.
So yes, I've never said that at all. However, if you run into that type of female and that type of female is in a relationship, yes, that independence is going to affect your relationship. Number one, because it's going to emasculate the man that you're with.
Well
Number
said.
one. Number two, you're not coming together. You're self-centered and everything is all about you.
So that means
So if everything is all about you, how are you
50-50
in a relationship where you're supposed to be growing with someone else?
So that 50-50
Okay.
equal 100.
So exactly. So yes,
Gotcha.
that
Well
is
said.
of course
Well
100%
said.
is going to affect whatever relationship you're in. Now, you have situations where you have women who have been single off and on up until they are 40,
long
50
time.
years old.
Yes.
It is very hard for us
Transition. Yes.
to transition from having to be everything to having to be submissive in our relationship.
Thank
You
you.
better say it.
Yes.
It's hard
Oh,
for
sorry.
us to do that. It's hard for us to do
Yeah.
that.
I don't know.
And there
He
is
forgot.
there is a
Because she's
learning
making a good point.
no, there is a learning process for us to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So for
we need to
many
know
of
this.
us, we have to then we talk with our girls, we talk with elder females. What am I doing wrong? He said this. Why am I doing this? And sometimes you have to be checked by your friends.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to be checked
The
by
real
your
friends.
family.
Yeah, your real friends.
Your real
The
friends.
real friends.
You got to be checked and be like, you know what? You've been so used to doing this. You've been so used to getting that by yourself.
Get out
You've
your
been
own
so
way.
used to- you're in your own way and you're sabotaging this
absolutely.
relationship. So yes, that independence can sabotage your relationship, but not all women are like that.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
can I just say something
Clap
too?
that up, please.
Not
Honest-
all women
yeah.
are like that.
You just
Well,
asked
Norm,
one.
can you turn my clap up?
That's fine.
No, let me tell you about myself because I had a rough childhood. So when my children and I had boys too. I never allowed a man to live with me, and I never lived with a man. Even my kid's father never lived with him. Even his situation was rough. So let's move forward. All the relationships I've had, I always felt like I was in control. Like, not saying that I controlled them. It's just that if I didn't like it or they didn't like something, like, this is my house, you know, like, not really saying get out, but I actually wore the pants. I mean, even down to a vacation. Hey, you want to go vacation? Oh, yeah. Oh, let me let you know where we're going. Like, I told them. I mean, but listen,
what kind of socks you had on?
No, let me just say something. Not being rude. I was never rude to them. It's just because, like, when me and my kids went on vacation a lot, even when they were little. So I just like, hey, we going here today. But with them, I think I was like, hey, y'all want to go such. So when it came to my relationship, I almost was like, hey, I want to go to such. Or I'd be like, oh, let me plan where we're going. And they'd be like, you know, it's Maria, so it's no big deal. Now, when I move forward, now with my marriage, like when me and P started dating, it was like a whole different world because he was the first guy that we actually moved in together. I never lived with anybody before. So now it was like me making decisions, even down when he used to be like, oh, you didn't even ask me. And I used to be like, oh. Okay. And it's funny because I was like, oh, we going to such and such. We going to wait to such. He like, baby, you didn't even ask me. Yes, and I'm like, oh my God, like, am I being selfish? Almost like as though it's hard. Okay, like I heard what he said, but almost like, okay, no big deal. But this is going now years down the line too. Like he would say, oh babe, why you always making all the decisions by yourself? You never include me. But what I said to him, I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just something that I've learned, like habit. I was head of house, so give me some time. I would apologize sometimes, and sometimes I was like, oh, okay, no big deal. But I didn't see the big deal. Where eventually he said to me, well, I make a decision to go such, and I was like, you ain't even asked me. And I was like, you know, he threw it out there. So I was like, okay, I have to remember. And even when we went to marriage counseling, it was crazy because when she like, you had to be submissive. And I used to be like, submissive? Like, I felt like I was the man, the woman. I was everything. I made all the decision. And it's crazy because I learned when my older girlfriend, she said to me, what change it? Like, instead of you telling him what to do, just be like, it would be nice too. And it was hard for me to even do that because I wasn't used to that. But I say, if I wanted my relationship to work without having like a little tension, I had to learn to say, oh, such. But you know what? Eventually, after years went by, it was almost like, oh, Pete, can we just go to such? It was like no big deal. I didn't really have to ask him because after a while, he was like, oh,
but
you know what?
Had to learn how to transition.
I did.
From
and
that.
Let me tell you, it took me years. And I'm not saying a year or two. It took me several years to get to that point because now you're talking about 30-something, 40-something years, you know, of me making all the decisions. A long time.
Transparency.
So now,
and it's not that I wasn't willing to work. I'm willing to work, you know, towards it, but
you just do what you know.
And it's still a bad habit now, so I have to be honest.
All right, so let me say this, based on what you said, because I was listening to you. All right, so now you said it took me 30-something years or whatever like that, and to learn. So when you got with P, you still have some of those traits or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So now listen. So my whole thing is in every new relationship, and a lot of times people are guilty of this, and in this case because it is, you know, men versus women. I'm gonna say women are guilty. Jesus Christ, I got this. Women are guilty. Women are guilty of this. All right. A lot of times in relationships, they have to. Everybody has to reset. Every new relationship, you have to push the reset button.
Okay.
All right. So you got to push the reset button. You cannot bring whatever baggage or whatever situations you had in your past relationship into your new one. So that's one. So now, being that our topic is what we're talking about is, does your independent nature negatively affect the relationship?
Yes, it does.
See, so a lot of times y'all don't realize that borders on emasculating a man, and see, so I'm listening to you a lot, and because I know you personally and I know your nature, sometimes you could do things unknowingly that emasculate your man.
Yes.
All right, and I say this because, with all due respect, that every relationship you should have a lane.
Here we go.
No, with all due respect, every relationship you should have a lane. Like, look, babe, listen, no, and my thing is like, look, babe, listen, I got this. I don't need you to touch the buttons. I got this. I don't need you.
That's so cute.
No, but seriously, like I don't need you to do this. Like I got this or whatever. So my whole thing is like, sometimes we get so caught up in male-female relationships where we want to have the last say all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to have the last say. And y'all do that without realizing y'all doing that. And it's like, you know, almost to like, it's going to be my way regardless. Say what you got. Say what you want to say, but it's going to be my way regardless. And then when it don't go your way, and then when it don't go your way, no, and it's real talk. And when it don't go your way, it causes chaos in the relationship.
We sit back and we replan.
No,
but
what I'm saying, and listen, every relationship, everybody has something that they're strong at, right? So listen, you may be better at managing the bills right?
Oh Lord, you're cooking
than me.
Shit.
Right?
What you say, manager? What?
Stay hungry. Stay hungry.
No, but listen.
That's chauvinistic.
I am better at cooking.
But listen, real talk.
You eat my food.
Hey.
You eat my food all the time. Don't act like that. You always eat my food.
When you try to make your point.
Oh.
Nope.
Go ahead.
I am done.
Okay, good.
Because again, y'all just tried to emasculate.
Yo,
my point exactly. Y'all just tried to emasculate the whole.
But you know what? You know what? I'm about to say I totally agree because your life is literally my life. Maria's life is literally my life. I did first of all grew up with all boys.
Me too.
So you already know that way anyway. To me, I felt like it was no different between me and them. So I did not know how to come down. Everybody knows my story. I didn't know how to come down. I didn't know how to, and I was very independent because my mother reared me like that. You don't need anyone, not just a male, but you don't need anyone for anything. My point is that some men hide behind the whole, you're emasculating me when you don't know. They do. They do.
Step up.
Some men do not step up. Exactly. Some men do not step up, or they want all the control. They want all the control and feel emasculated when it doesn't go their way.
It's a man because
but shouldn't all that come out before you get in a relationship?
Yes.
Right.
So then the independence shouldn't affect the relationship because you knew she was independent before you got in a relationship with her.
Okay.
Right?
See,
Yes, I agree.
No,
that's what I mean. So, but even if it was, I don't have a problem with independence. There's less I have to do.
You know what?
Right? Like it's to your point. It's less than somebody. You don't have to worry about it. You can get your own stuff. Cool. Get your own stuff.
But see, okay.
Yes, but to what extent?
And I don't think a female should be in charge of the clubs.
What do you mean?
You know what? You know what?
Go one-sided.
To what extent are you saying
Right.
the independence that doesn't bother you? To what extent? Buying herself stuff? Buying to what extent are you talking?
Just being in a man's position.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem if she decided everything.
But see, okay.
No, because if I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it. So she can make a decision. Don't mean I'm going to do it.
See, for me, okay, so for me it's a little different, right? But like me and B, like I grew up around men, like my uncles, my brothers, my cousins, whatever. So I never had that girly mentality. But my mother did always, like she used to always tell me, if you go on a date, even if he asks you, always have money in your pocket, go Dutch. If you got to contribute something, do what you got to do,
They
right?
teach you femininity.
They teach you femininity first, right? But my whole thing was, I think I had a sense of submission. But at the same time, I just kind of went with the flow. So it went from me just being in relationships and saying, okay, I'm going to be the nurturer, right? Because the woman is supposed to be the nurturer. When your man's feeling down, lift him up. When he's acting like a moron, still lift him up, figure out what the problem is. But then I started feeling like, okay, I wasn't getting that in return.
What about me?
When I wasn't when I wasn't feeling good,
What about me?
right. It was like when I wasn't feeling good, it was for real.
Right here.
It went from me doing all that and thinking that I'm making you feel like a man and staying in my lane. So now feeling like because I did that so much and did it all my life, it got to a point that when I started to speak up and when I started to say, okay, what about me? Like I'm doing everything that I can for you. And I'm not saying monetary, I'm not saying material, I'm not saying sexual, I'm saying as a woman,
mentally,
I'm trying to
emotionally.
be everything that I'm supposed to be as a woman. And then it got to a point that when the minute I spoke up, it was like, oh, you stepping out of your lane. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So now it's all about you and not about me. And not so to me, it was never, like we said before, it was never 50-50 for me.
Right.
To me, I always said, as a woman, I'm supposed to give 80. At least. That whole 80-20
Right.
rule, because most time y'all fools go for the 80-20 rule and end up with the 20 and get mad that you let the 80 go, and because you thought the 20 was gonna be enough.
But
Stay with the 20 and be like, womp, 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 and you're mad, but it's okay. And then for the exception of the rule, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule when it comes to certain men. Didn't we just say that earlier? We're talking about like the whole zodiac thing. People go towards the zodiac thing to a certain extent, but you can tell a real man from a man, and you can tell a real woman from a woman, and every woman ain't a woman. And every man ain't a man. Yeah. So instead of assuming that we know that with the situation that we're in, you got to know who you before even getting into a relationship. You have to know who you getting ready to lay with before you lay with them. Absolutely. And even if it doesn't work out that way, sometimes we lay with them before we even realize what we're getting into. Yeah. But when we get into it, right? No, my whole thing is this: when we get into it, don't knock me for being a good woman because you so used to what you've been used to.
No, listen,
I keep hearing the word submit. I keep hearing the word submit being tossed around. Just so being considerate of another person's opinion is submitting.
No.
So then why do we keep saying if you're going to take your partner's advice or your partner's opinion in that you're submitting to that person? So why does it have to be submitting?
Right.
Submitting means like you're subservient to them, right? Like, that's like a negative connotation. Why does it have to be submitting to take their?
I don't think.
So, but why is that submitting?
Let me tell you something about me. Single, and I saw this on Facebook. Single doesn't mean that you need to be submissive to your man to a certain extent because that's not your husband. Right. Even if you're engaged, still he's not your husband. Right. When you're married, like Smoop here tell you in a minute, there's no boss in my house. And I think because he know my attitude and I know his, but let me tell you what there is. When there's a last say so, as a woman, I have to be submissive and go with whatever he says. Okay. And it took me very long time to do that.
But
and
what
that's
if the
when
partner
we
is
say
saying ain't right? What if he's saying it's not right and you don't
when
agree?
When you make a decision based on a household, and my opinion is different from his, and we really have to like talk about it because I'm very strong. Like you have to really talk to me and tell me why. But at the end of the day, like when we have to make that final decision, I have to be submissive as a wife because of my, what I know as a religion, and just as a wife, and be like, all right, we have to go with the head of household, which is my husband, even though I still sometimes feel, now I'm gonna be honest, feel like I'm head of household, but he's the head of household at the end of the day, and I have to give him that respect. So I'm submissive and be like, listen, I have to step back and go with what he say. Even if I have an attitude and I'm mad, get off my clap. And I'm angry, I still have to say, you know what, that's the man. I can't take that role from him. I have to respect him. Some women try to, and that's what it is.
So some women what y'all say about submissive?
If we
like it's
what you say, Jack?
It's like I feel like we can go back and forth with this all day because like everybody has an opinion about men and women and what they've been through. Everybody has a different opinion. And it's like, okay, well, if you're my woman, be that.
Woman.
So
won't
be that.
Won't. If you my woman.
Woman.
With an E.
With a man.
With an E. Be that or whatever. And I feel like in certain relationships, at the end of the day, communication is the key.
It is. It is.
So, and it's like, okay, well, if we in this marriage or whatever, it's just like a regular relationship, friendship. A lot of people don't understand the definition of friendship.
Right.
Because I say this here: if I can fall in love with my friend. I can tell you the deepest, darkest.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but we don't do that no more.
No. You're right about that because regardless, when you begin a friendship or a relationship, doesn't matter. If you two, do not get to know each other, like really get to know each other, because at the end of the day, if you don't get to the root of what ticks or what makes them crazy or what makes them feel or act the way they are, it's not going to work out. One and two, if that friendship or that relationship doesn't make you feel, and I'm not even talking about marriage, I'm talking about just the beginning. If you don't feel like that person has your back and you cannot have that person back regardless, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to grow. It's not going to go anywhere.
That foundation is warped.
Real quick. Woo, please state your point, but listen, the topic is, does your independent nature negatively affect the relationship?
Does. Yes.
All right. So now we'll go ahead.
The first thing I was going to the first thing I was going to do was restate the question, because the question is not your independence and your strongness and what you've been through. The question was, we want to know from you how it negatively affects. To wit, if I'm the husband and I got vision and you don't, if I see something that you don't see, if I see something that you don't see, Number 2, if I have to correct you because I love you. Now, I knew who you were before I met you. The rah, this, that, and the other. But we all have to submit one to another. And last time I checked, you're not always right, and I'm not always wrong, and I'm not always wrong, you're not always right. So, as a man, I see now I have to correct you. I already know the mouth, the screaming, the this, the that, everything that goes on with that. But if I love you, I'm going to stand in the gap as your man, because you know what we all have to be submitted to? The truth. Not your emotions,
people hate
not
that,
your
though.
past,
In
not what you went through. And your father,
like
my mama did this, not it.
Right.
So if I can see the truth and you can, it's not even a value judgment. I don't even need emotions with it. If I can see the truth and you can't see the truth, your independent nature can negatively affect you receiving said truth because you are going on what you feel or whatever. Submission is not a bad word. Relationships cannot function without submission to God, submission to the truth, and a recognition that we both have 2 different roles. I'm not married to myself. Okay. I don't want to be married to a man. Right. So sorry.
What? You know what? Can I just say something? Some of y'all don't have vision. Y'all have cataracts.
I'm talking about the ones that have
I just want to tell you, some of y'all.
I'm talking about the ones that
No,
do
I'm about
have
to tell you. Some of y'all, some of y'all men claim to have vision and want to be head of household, right? But do not have the correct vision because I noticed that.
Man.
But you know
I noticed
that
I'm not.
Then you with
I'm
the
not
wrong
with
man.
the wrong man. But I noticed that. The vision that you guys always say, you got to listen to me, like almost like you're not teachable. Like we're only teachable.
No, that's not what I said.
And that to me, no. Hear me. Just like you're saying some, let me throw in some. Some men want to be head of household. Do not want to hear. You deem us emotional. You deem us, we're going to have a lot of mouth. You deem us whatever, right? And don't want to hear. Don't want to hear what we have to say. There's a lot of men like that because they're reared like that.
Okay, so I got you. Here's my submission. Then we're going to move on. Here's my submission. I said, if I see the truth and you don't, I'm not putting value judgment on why you don't see it.
Okay.
I'm not putting value judgment on that. I don't judge. I love you. I know who I married. I know what you're about. I know your story. I know where you came from. And I was raised by strong, independent women. Mm-hmm. I had to learn how to be a man because I thought strength was always feminine. Because the women were so overbearing in my life that I didn't. It was like we're just chess pieces. You use this man for this and that man for that, and your daddy ain't shit. This, that, and the third. So for me to be a man, I had to get around real men without the thing of the women being around. So now I said, I'm not talking about the men that don't have the vision. I'm talking about the man that you're in a relationship that's correct. I said that if you can't see it, it is my obligation out of love to you to stand in my position and withstand all your past, all your mouth, and whatever, because I can see the truth. And at the end of the day, truth is paramount.
Do it the right way, though. Do it the right way. Is all I'm saying. Do it the right way. All right.
So now let me do this before I transition on to the next question. Based on, and this goes to the ladies, based on what you heard us say and how we feel, what did y'all take from that? And real quick, and let's sum it up. Nothing.
No,
real talk.
No. We
Not
heard.
a Tom Ting.
We heard. Okay, there was a.
We was like, numb your whole ring day, yo.
First of all,
Absolutely
to
nothing.
answer the question, answer the question, does your independent nature negatively affect the relationship? Yes, it does. Now,
Absolutely.
What Wu was just saying is the fact that as a man, first of all, in a relationship, you are submitting one to another. That's number one.
Right.
So no matter who is wrong, but in this particular instance, we're talking about the female. If the female is wrong, what he's saying is no matter what your background is, no matter what your hang-ups are, he stands in the place where it's like, listen, babe, you were wrong because of A, B, C, and D. I'm going to take the lead in this because D, E, F, and G. So yes, that is what I got from it. What I got from the same thing what I got from Jay. Jay was saying that number one, you have to be in a position where you have to be open, you have to be honest, and you have to be in a position where, number one, you shouldn't be marrying a man who doesn't see and understand you in the first place.
Absolutely.
Because then he is not going to lead you in the right direction.
Absolutely.
So, and you said something similar. So, am I right or am I wrong?
So we got that.
No,
We
you're
got
right.
that part.
You're right.
Okay.
But let me just say this, and we definitely got to move on. All right. One thing I do disagree with, and I heard it a lot about submitting. All right, we're not submitting to one another. We're submitting to the growth of the relationship, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah. We're submitting to the growth of the relationship, not to just
not
each other.
to the will of one individual person.
Yeah. To the growth.
I learned to choose your battles.
Of the
Eventually,
relationship.
you learn to choose your battles.
So whatever you know.
Number 3.
Whatever the best situation is, that's what we're. If you're in a relationship, that's what you should be rocking with. Whatever the best scenario is to grow the relationship. Okay. And that's what we all should submit to. Yeah, and that's it.
She
all
said
right.
choose your battle.
Go home and submit yourself to Sandy.
So moving on.
We working on him, Sandy.
All right. Jules C said, this show is incredible. The knowledge being dropped is real. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to try to do this once a month. Tim Beverly said,
peace, queens.
Peace.
Tim Beverly said, first you don't submit to each other. Okay, you're submitting to your purpose of being together.
Absolutely. Where the clap.
Your relationship. Thank you.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
a good one. Yeah.
Exactly. And D. Francois said, how about know who you are? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, no doubt. So we're going to move on. Phone lines are open. Y'all can call in 646
233
1302.
You know where you at. You on the Mars versus Venus show. And just notice who names go first. All right, here we go.
Women's first.
Second question. Second question.
Still talking about something that's irrelevant.
Right.
What is the female's next question?
Second question.
Come on, trying to get us killed up in here.
I'm ready.
But the second question from the females. Is
Yes.
the second question.
Yes.
Wait,
See?
if you're watching me on Instagram right now,
You felt the need to correct me.
I have to go off right now.
It's a woman's world.
In 1 second. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So the second question, this is coming from the ladies. We're going to have one of the females read this, please. Second question.
Which one is it?
All right. Is it hard for men to express themselves and show? Oh God, I'm sorry. Right. Listen. Is it
Speak, Ciroc. Speak, Ciroc.
Shut up. Is it hard for men to express themselves and show emotion to women?
All right. Who wants to take this?
You
one?
go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, because you got your hand up.
No.
Jeff said no.
Oh, go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing, Jeff.
It's a simple question.
Listen.
A man's gonna speak his mind regardless.
Most emotionless men ever. And he just
But
said
you gonna say you got emotion? I mean, I don't have many emotions like that, but I'm sure there's some men who'll be like, I have emotions.
All right. Wait. He's talking. Wait. He's talking.
Like if I'm in a relationship and she hurts me, will I say you hurt me?
Will you?
No.
Wow. Well, you express yourself like it doesn't say
Because
you
there's
hurt
no
me,
need
but
to say it. I mean,
hey,
that's
you know
true.
what?
You already
What
know it.
said
You already
was-
know it. You know
Because if you hurt me, I'm gonna react to it right then.
Oh, okay.
No,
It's-
I'm gonna
it's
react.
a
If you hurt
reaction.
me, I'm gonna react
Well,
right
you're
then.
gonna talk about it later.
No, I'm not gonna talk
Like
about
say,
it.
hey, I appreciate if you don't do this because such make me feel this kind of way.
You know this, though.
No, because if
Then,
you hurt, if
then
you
it's gonna
hurt
be
me,
repeat.
if you say something or do something to hurt me right then, it's gonna be
Can
it's
I
gonna
repeat
be
this
addressed right
question?
then.
And this is for us to answer. This
I'm not
question
gonna say
came
you
from
hurt me,
y'all.
but I'm gonna address it and say I don't agree with that or whatever.
The question y'all asked is it hard for men to express themselves and show emotions to women? Show emotions to women. Now, go ahead, Jeff. What
No, I
was you
say
saying,
no.
bro?
It wouldn't be hard to express yourself. I wouldn't have a hard time expressing myself.
All right. So okay. For me, I'm gonna be honest. Yes. Why? Because men are always deemed by women to always, like y'all naturally see us as the strong one. Men are strong, blah 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 blah. And a lot of times we feel as though if we express ourselves to y'all, we're gonna get shut down. Some type is weak. Yeah, some type of way we're gonna get shut down. Or if we do express it right now, if you want me to talk to you and communicate with you, right? And then you see me tear up or whatever like that, first word that you may be thinking in your head is yeah.
Absolutely.
Or listen, no, let me keep it 100.
We ain't saying all. We ain't saying all women.
Can I talk?
We ain't saying all women.
Finish Norm. Okay.
All right. So my answer to that question is yes. Yes, it is hard because nobody wants to feel like they express themselves and they're going to get shut down or they're going to be seen a certain way. They're going to be because they're being sensitive. No, real talk. Real talk.
And plus, if you let somebody know that they hurt you, they can always go back to that when next time you have an argument.
But that, no,
I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you go back to that.
Then you're in the wrong relationship.
No, it's not right. But I feel like at that point, that's when men assume that, and that's but
got a lot of asses going on around here.
But at the same time, that's how we are because that's how we are raised. At the same time, so it's like if some people feel like yes, it's hard for me to express my feelings, and some people feel like it's not. Like you said, you had your opinion about no. To me, I feel like yes, to a certain extent, because if I feel like if I'm with you and I grow with you or whatever, and I can trust you to that point, a lot of people say they trust people, but they really don't.
Right.
So therefore, they don't express themselves to the opposite person.
Right.
So I feel like with me, yes, because if I don't trust you completely, I'm not gonna give you that. My vulnerability.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna give you that.
Absolutely.
So it's like I could be with a woman 10 years.
Absolutely.
But if I feel like I don't trust you to that point, I'm not gonna sit there and let you see me cry. I'm not gonna sit there and let you see me wounded. You feel what I'm saying?
That's the truth.
But that's true. Because I could be with a woman 10 years, but I would never let you see me. I would go to the bar and cry.
Yep.
And let other people see me cry before I let my woman see me cry because I don't need you to see that vulnerability in your man.
Yes.
One thing we don't want to hear is man up.
Exactly.
But how about just expressing yourself so that it would happen again?
Yeah. Wait, I want Jason to come to the mic.
Yeah, Jason been trying to talk for the last hour. Sorry. Switch the seat.
Yeah, just switch the seat.
Switch the seat, Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
Go ahead. Yeah. Beards and Ballhead in the building.
Shout out to Beards and Ballheads Monday nights.
Respect, Jay.
9 to 10:30.
Word up. But yo, y'all pretty much said it all. Like when it comes to, you don't want to show all your cards when it comes to women, because what happens is they're gonna play it against you, like it or not. That's what's gonna happen.
Every woman doesn't do that, though.
Yes, y'all do. At one point,
but what happened if you say
at one, maybe not all the time, but as men, we don't even want to play that gamble, because at one time when you say, but at least you don't, or you know what I'm saying, when you throw it back in our face, that's when we're like, man, well, I shut down. I'm not going to do
it. But what happened?
That's what I said.
Just a quick question.
Quick
question. How about that same situation happens again? Because at this point, she doesn't know how you feel. She just feel like, it doesn't really matter. Will you express yourself, or will you at least talk about it? Be like, listen, this right here, it got like. Do you express yourself to a certain extent?
Okay, but with that being said, we're gonna keep on always reiterating and going back. It goes back to knowing who you're with. Me personally, going through my first real relationship situation, I went from dealing with an emotional man, right? Who at first I didn't know was emotional.
Wow.
His way of expressing that he was emotional about something, or that he was hurt by something, because sometimes women, we just say things, right? And not in the sense of I'm trying to hurt you. We're having conversation, but because you've been through your stuff, automatically the shutdown happens. Yep. So his shutdown in turn ended up not being I'm gonna cry in front of her because I feel like I want to cry, or I don't want to explain why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. I'm gonna beat her ass. That's what I went through. So then it took the 7 years for me to say, okay, be brave and get out of that, to now saying now from this point on in every other relationship, I'm gonna listen. Yeah. I'm gonna be that ear. I'm gonna be that nurturer. Then I started coming into the situation with like dealing with emotional men who weren't afraid to cry in front of me, or weren't afraid to say, like what you just said wasn't cool, or it hurt me, even though I don't think I ever did that. But I'm just saying, too. But what I'm saying is, I didn't have that issue after that. But then it became a thing where it was like, now I'm just doing too much. Now I'm showing too much. Now you think I'm a punk because of what you've been through. Right. But I've never showed you that I thought you were a punk. I thought that it was actually very fucking sexy. Ooh, I said it again. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. I thought it was actually I thought it was like
Lord's Day.
Sorry.
Sunday.
I thought it was somewhat endearing that he felt that he felt the need to say, like, it's okay for me to cry in front of her because I trust her in that way, to say I know she's not gonna play me in that way.
So can I just say
again,
this?
we're gonna keep on going back to the case by case scenario.
Because Wu hasn't spoken. I want all the guys.
Yeah, he's turning
to.
Okay, so is it hard for me? No, but I suffer the consequences. I've been called bitch by men and women because I don't have a problem expressing myself or showing my feelings. But what the brother said just resonated with me. It's trust.
Yeah,
Right.
You're right.
Right.
You're right.
Because of the fact that I am attracted to strong, independent women. A lot of times, strong, independent women have to be independent because there's not a man around there to be that for them, like their father or their ex-husband. So when it comes to emotion, I listen to I ain't got no woman now, but I've listened to women express emotions based upon what happened in their past. They use my masculinity against me. I don't even judge them on that. I just sit and I listen. I know that I'm paying the consequence and the cost for what some joker did before me. And I sit and I listen. But when I say I'm hurt, bitch, please. They ignore me. Number one, I'm talking about, man, can't nobody tell me my experience. They ignore me, say that I'm soft, say that I'm too emotional. Now in my younger days, woo, wah, 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 let's scream, let's yell, let's have sex. At 47, look. Let me tell you something. Because as a man, I'm also combative. So if you show me that I have to protect myself, right, and I don't trust you, I'm gonna treat you like a man. So I don't want to treat you like a man. Because if you do that as a man does that to me, it's physical. So you know what I do? I'm out. Now, when I'm out, you say, you never talk. You never tell me my feelings. You never say that. It is because we don't trust you. If we trusted you, would tell you why. Last thing. When we get together as men at the bar and at the barbershop and smoking spliffs, we say stuff that you never would imagine we say.
I know you do.
I hear it all.
Because
I
we
go to
don't
barbershop. I get shaped up all day.
Because you use it against us.
Okay, but
Can
wait.
I just say something?
Oh, go ahead.
Really quick. So I respect your opinion, Woo. Appreciate that. Appreciate your opinion. I just want to say this. No one wants a Drake ass dude.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you
Absolutely
right now.
not.
No one wants listen, hear me. You are a man.
Right.
She don't even know she's making my point.
Hear me. No. I said I agree with you. Everybody wants a man, not someone. I can see you I don't like no emotional dude. And come on, Chanel. We know emotional dudes. We know dudes that act like, if you interchange them, they act like females.
I mean, I dated a lot of them.
So that act like females.
Hence why we can't express ourselves.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Please let her finish real quick. Before I forget, because I'm drinking.
You don't speak because I'm telling you that there are some males out there that are more emotional than I am.
I'm not.
I'm saying, I'm not saying that you can't lay your burdens or whatever down on me, because that's what I am. I'm your helpmate.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But when I have to actually be everything, when I have to be everything, and you shut down to me, shutting down. Hold on. To me, shutting down
is giving up.
Is giving up.
Let me respond.
It is.
Wait, but real quick, so I don't forget my thought.
So how do you trust me if you don't trust me with certain things?
Real quick, before you say what you said, don't miss your thought. But before I miss mine, when we talking about trust, right? You made a point. And my whole point is this. When women get into a relationship with a guy, right? After whatever they've been through, y'all have this real big issue with understanding the difference between we're making you pay for what the last dude did, or hold on. It's a big difference between me telling you what I've been through.
Thank you.
Because I want you to understand me. I want you to understand that, guess what? Whatever I went through with old dude back then is not because of me. It's because he had issues.
Yes.
So I'm trying to figure out if I tell old boy, oh, I got beat, or I did everything under the sun to make him happy. But in your eyes, you're thinking, well, you did everything a woman was supposed to do, right? So I'm trying to feel you out to now say, do you trust me enough with your life to know that as a woman coming into this man's life, that I see you as a man, and honestly speaking, I'm not gonna get into a situation with a dude if I don't think you a man. Because like she said, over emotional is one thing. Just like there's over emotional women. Hold on, no man wants to hear. No real man wants to hear a woman bickering every 5 seconds a day about what I've been through. That's the baggage ish.
Some of us,
hold on, and like you said, a lot of I'm not saying all. The same way we could all sit here and say that all men aren't overly emotional, but a lot of real women can respect an emotional man to say, if my man came and cried and said, yo, babe, I had a rough day at work because of whatever, I had racial profiling or this and that, or this person emasculated me, whatever. It's our job when you come home to trust in me to know that I'm not going to give you the same stuff.
And that's why we got to fake it till we do
But
find
you're not
a
gonna be
woman.
whining about stuff.
That's why we got to
It ain't
fake
no
it
faking
until we
it.
do find a woman.
Ain't no
that
more. How you
understands
sound? Ain't no
us.
faking it.
Relationship
And
lasts
a man
like
that's
that.
moist. So the whole
No,
question
hold
is,
on, wait.
men to
The
express
same way Jay,
themselves.
the same
Hell
way
yes,
Jay,
it is.
hold on. The same way Jay just said.
When we meet you,
The same way Jay just said as
Don't
men.
point at me.
And correct me if I'm wrong. You
You know I
said,
fight.
hold on. For real, bitch, you spit my face. My whole thing is this: a real man, right? How he said, a real man wants to know that they're that they're engaging and handling a relationship with their friend.
But I just
right?
need you to be a real man.
I need you to be a real man and accept that I'm a real woman. That's it.
No. We all making great valid points, but just referring to what you said, when a man shuts down, that doesn't mean necessarily he's giving up. No.
What does it mean?
Sometimes it doesn't.
No. I'm just telling you.
What does it mean?
I'm telling you.
Tell me what it means.
Well, let me tell you.
He'll tell you.
I'm telling you, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not necessarily mean that he's shutting down. It just necessarily mean that we don't process everything how a woman does.
Right.
So we process things differently. So if we in this argument and you feel like I'm shutting down because I don't want my emotions to get the best of the situation for me to express it in a different way to make you feel less of who you are.
Hey, but then you guys
That goes both ways. You can say something, it can get so heated.
So what's the difference?
I mean, but I'm just telling
Shutting down is never good for any relationship.
No, it's never good, but we do it.
So, all right, so
and I understand why too. I understand because sometimes in the heat of the moment you may say something, even as a woman, where you don't really mean it, but you have to kind of think about it because you don't want to say something later on. Like, oh, I'm so sorry, I really shouldn't have said it.
That's what men do.
Men,
That's why we storm out.
Because they are men. I think for them,
storm
they have
out.
to really.
That's how
really
we
watch what
that's
they
no.
All right.
No. It's not
what it is.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm listening to everything that everybody is saying, and I'm glad the guys, because this was our question. So I'm glad the guys got to put their experiences and feelings on this question. Thank you guys for that. Number one. Thank all of you for answering and being upfront and being honest about the question. My particular opinion.
She needs to listen. A woman said that.
Who is she?
Somebody said.
Come on, Toya. Come on. Let's
Who's
finish.
she?
Okay. So
Let's
all
finish.
right.
Please don't come for me.
So
not today.
My opinion about this is, okay, like we said, there are two different kinds of men, right? So we do have, unfortunately, and everybody knows I've been married, I'm divorced, I've dated, I've been with somebody 10 years, I've been, whatever kind of relationship, you name it, I've been in it, right? So as Queen B said, you do have a lot of bitch assness out here right now, right?
B-A-N.
So, and I'm gonna just start with that, and then I'm gonna get to the other. So we do unfortunately have a generation of men now who, fortunately and unfortunately, have been raised by a bunch of women. Now, a lot of times, they will take on the traits of the females in their household or the traits of the females that they were raised by. Now, I have been in certain dating situations where, for instance, and hopefully he ain't watching right now, but
hopefully he is,
and maybe he
hopefully
is.
Call in 616-233-130.
We ain't together, so it don't matter.
Right.
But we were together, and he would ask me emotional questions, and I would answer, and he would be like, "Well, I wanted to ask you this because of ABCD," and I would give him an answer, and then be like, "Well, what do you think?" "Well, you only asked me that because you don't really care," or something like that. And it was almost like he's an emotional man. He was a very emotional man, and it was almost like a role reversal.
Well, maybe he went through something in his
he was raised by all women. He only has sisters. He only has a mother, and I
think not really. It had to be more than that.
He was just my point. My point is that you do have a generation of men right now that are a bunch of bitch asses.
Yes.
That's number one.
Hands down.
Now, on the flip side of that though, I'm just saying, on the flip side of
tight
that,
jeans say a lot.
Is that men are human beings. And like the first caller said, you have to recognize when you're dealing
you
with
have one.
another spiritual being, whether it is a
Not male or female, human.
female.
Not male or
you are
female,
dealing
human.
with a human being who
Absolutely. I
has
agree with that.
experiences. Period.
Male or female.
So before you get in this relationship with them, you should, number one, for our men, you need to be able to trust that your woman can manage and can take in those emotions and those experiences that you have had,
and if she can't,
and
bounce.
being able to deal with it. If she cannot, then you don't need to be with her.
Leave.
Shut down.
Leave.
That's when you leave. You
So-
don't need to be. You don't need to be with her.
So
But as a woman, my job is to be there for you with
Right.
whatever it is that you're going through.
Right.
So
Go ahead. No,
Goes
I'm
back
just
to
saying.
communication.
So what I'm saying is, for me as a woman at 40 years old, out here still dating. Well, back to dating now. At
Me
this
too.
point, there are a number of different kinds of men, and as a real woman, you can recognize the difference between bitch assness
And a real man.
and a real man who has to deal with the world on his shoulder.
Listen. Sometimes what y'all deem as bitch assness is just a broken man.
Oh,
All right.
what
So
you say?
so let me clear, because I heard
Not
this
allowed
word,
to be
No, I
broken.
heard this word
You a man.
thrown around a lot. No,
That's
listen,
not
listen,
true.
Men can
listen,
be
listen,
true.
listen. I heard a lot. Listen, I heard y'all throwing around the phrase a lot.
Bitch ass.
So sometimes what you
Or
deem
bitch
as a bitch
BAN.
ass man,
It's
or
a
whatever the case
disease.
may be, or whatever, can just be a broken man. So just like there are broken women, right? So
Right.
just how we can say that. Like you were saying, you nag. No man wants a woman that nags this, whatever, like that. Actually, there may be a reason why she's nagging,
Yes.
or there's a reason why she is the way she is.
Yes.
So we can either throw the baby out with the bathwater,
Do it.
or we could love her enough to find out what's going wrong.
Or
No, let me speak.
Go ahead, go ahead,
because
go
I
ahead.
was quiet.
Go ahead.
Because I'm this bitch assness term, whatever, like
Bitch
that. So
ass. You offended?
so listen, no. But listen.
That ain't you.
Listen. Because when
You want to
listen,
speed it up?
when there's two broken people, when there's a broken man and there's a broken woman that understand each other,
The brokenness of her
they
man.
become whole.
Right. Absolutely.
You hear me?
Yes.
Listen.
Absolutely agree.
No, this is real talk. Listen to what I'm
Absolutely
saying.
agree.
When there's a broken man
2018.
that understands his broken woman, and there's a broken woman that understands her broken man, they become one whole.
Norm, can I just
you
say
feel me?
something?
They can fix the problem together.
Can I just say something
No,
to you?
but go ahead. No.
Can I say something to you?
No, you can't, because we moving on.
There's a difference. No, I just want to say this.
'Cause
There's
we're
a
moving
difference between a broken man and a bitch ass
Bitch-assness.
man.
Yeah, there
It's
is.
a difference.
Why is he bitch ass?
Because you can't manage your emotions as a man.
Why is she nagging?
Because
all the-
you can't manage your emotions as
no,
a man.
the flip side, why is she nagging all the time?
Wait, you cannot act like a female. Hear me.
Go
You
ahead.
cannot act like a female when it comes to certain problems or issues and think that we're going to respect that.
You know what?
It's not
As a
about
woman-
that. I'm telling you,
It's
come
about
on.
that
Y'all
question.
know the difference.
What she's saying
You
is
ask
that
the question, we
Temper tantrums,
answer.
come on, y'all.
what
We
she's
answer.
saying is that there is a difference. You can
There
be a
is.
Shout out to
broken
D.
man.
Francois.
You can be
Rejection.
a broken man.
I've dated a broken man too, but he wasn't a bitch.
D.
Right.
Calling.
He
Me
wasn't
too.
a bitch.
Me too.
But I also dated a bitch.
Me too.
I'm just saying, it's
Me
two
too.
different kinds
So
of men.
so on
It's
be
two different kinds
And these
of
are
men.
women that's saying the word bitch. By the
It's
way.
two different
So
kinds
on
of men.
behalf
You said we was allowed.
So on behalf of someone that's not a bitch, sometimes when men express their emotions, sometimes females and males misconstrue the expression of the emotion as bitchness. Now they
A
might
real woman can
number
tell
one.
the difference.
The difference.
But
There
and
is
a
a
real woman
difference.
can also
Let him speak.
Go ahead.
Let him speak.
Let him speak.
a
There's a
real
difference.
woman a real woman can also make mistakes. And these are the women that I'm talking about. Okay? I'm not talking about bitch ass niggas. I'm not talking about niggas that beat your ass. They not no. I'm talking about responsible men that have a problem expressing their emotions to you because they don't trust you. Now the question is, are men able to express themselves? So now, when my yes, but we pay consequences. So when my nephew
All of y'all?
was killed,
Go ahead.
so when my nephew died at 21, and I had to stand with my brother-in-law, who did not express his emotions, and I was worried about him. There are conversations that occur when women are not around. So to answer your question directly, yes. But if we feel penalized, that bitch, Listen, let me tell you something. I'm not hearing that. I'm out. You can scream, yell, you can have your opinion. Your opinion is no more valuable than mine. If I don't feel safe and if I don't feel comfortable, I'm not with you. Take it or leave.
Cop out.
Go back to call me. Listen. Hold on.
Cop out.
Hold on. You can
cop out.
You can name call. You can interject. You can curse. You could this. You ask the question, and as a man, I'm answering it. When I see that energy, because let me tell you something. As a real man that's responsible, I'm at war with everything and everybody. I'm not being at war with my woman. I'm not copping out. I'm not this and I'm not that. If I recognize that I can't trust you, I'm out. That's the question. That's the answer. Period.
Okay,
We leave.
Real quick.
We out.
Real quick.
Yes, and we gotta go to the next question.
The whole trust issue, whatever he just said and everybody just said, I think the real reason that all this is going on and it's becoming a stigma is because of the fact that in this day and age, relationships are extinct.
Thank you.
Right now, everybody's just trying to get what they want. What's gonna make them happy for the moment? I'm just saying, everybody wants what they want. Whatever's gonna make me happy at this particular moment, whether it's a relationship or just being able to do what I want or being able to be by myself, living a facade, whatever it may be. This trust issue for the people who want a relationship and want that energy that you get with a relationship when it comes with trusting your man, your woman, and having to be able to, be a full woman and let your man be a man, that's extinct. Nobody's looking for that right now. It's pretty much uncommon. So until we get back to that, this is not gonna make sense to anybody who wants what we want.
And I just want to address Norm really quick because no one is giving an excuse to a broken woman.
Not at all.
So the fact of the matter is just because she may be a good woman and may be a broken woman, but no, you don't have to put up with her shit just because of what she's been through.
True.
You don't have to, and vice versa is what we're saying. What I'm saying is,
that's true.
We are creating a culture of women and a culture of men who feel like it's okay to be nags, It's okay to go off on somebody.
Yes.
And they could be a male or a female. We're creating a culture where people
to
are
fight another woman.
Okay. Again, there is a difference between a nagging woman, and I'm gonna say it again, and bitch ass man, and there's a difference between a broken woman and a broken man.
It is.
Absolutely.
There's a difference between the two, and what we're saying is those extreme, whether male or female, if you just want to be the female that's get it, please go die.
Nothing's gonna get solved.
Listen.
And for the men who are like that,
go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish your point.
It's not manly. You look stupid.
You look stupid.
For the females,
I don't
you
want
look immature. You look childish.
I don't want you.
No matter if it's a male or a female, if you act like that, stop.
So, okay.
I don't want you.
Okay, before we slide on to the next question, just for the ladies, do y'all agree or disagree that two broken pieces could become one?
I do not agree.
I do not agree. I do not agree.
You agree?
It depends.
I do
You
agree.
Give the mic to Keisha.
I
Why
watched
do you
Batman.
agree?
Did you see the Joker with his girlfriend? There was two broken people. Did y'all see that?
They loved each other. Him and Holly.
Right.
But that didn't mean they was meant for each other.
Go ahead.
And again, I'm only speaking from my personal experiences. I think that when you have two people who have been through the same wars, who have the same scars, who have the same issues, if you're both broken, there's some way, shape, or form that you can find the same commonalities in each other to the point where you can understand that, you know what, he's been through something, and whether or not I've been through it or not, I still understand it, and vice versa. So if I get where you're coming from, if I know that you've dealt with certain females that didn't exactly meet your quota of or your standards of what a woman is supposed to be in your life, and vice versa, then I know that, okay, if I can't match up to that, I'm gonna stay over here. But if I know that I'm the exceptional part or the exception of what you've been through, then I'm gonna stand firm in whatever I feel that I know that I can be as far as this relationship. So if I'm broken and you're broken, in my mind, I'm knowing that it's not even about fixing a person. It's about making as a woman, making that man feel that I trust her enough to know that she deserves to be in my space, and vice versa, and we can work it out.
But Norm,
no matter what it is.
But Norm, don't get it twisted. They still ain't a whole. They just still two broken people.
Thank you. That's my point.
Right.
That's my point. It's not a whole.
But at the same time, this is when I become the nigga in the group. At the same time, even though we're not a whole, it's still enough
For them
sometimes
too,
and some. I'm just saying for anybody.
Yes.
We live in an age where it's like nothing is enough for anybody. You get what I'm saying? We want too much.
So let me say this.
Like,
So
stop wanting enough. Like, get what you.
Let me say this so it'll make more sense to what I'm saying, right? So just like Sandy was broken before we got married, and I was broken before we got married, right? So this is why I say this. So I base it on experience. Because she said, yo, I'll never, ever get married again. Because of this, that, and what this person did to me, and how he acted, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I would never. I told my cousin. I told my cousin, yo, I would never ever get married again because this chicks and I don't trust this. And chicks is this and that and whatever like that.
Your shoulder action.
Boom. But I'm just saying. but
cut him with the shoulder.
But and again, but when we sat down, when we connected and we expressed that to each other, and she again, the key word is understood, understanding and love. Understanding, love, and trust. Yeah, and both of us had that. That's what made us connect.
Absolutely.
And that's what said, brought us to one whole. So the idea of two broken people can't become one whole is BS to me. Is BS to me because I've lived it. I've experienced it.
That's you. In my opinion, I can be sensitive. I can be broken. And very sensitive to what you've gone through and what I've gone through. And I think that the brokenness together, we feed off one another. And we together, I don't think we become a whole. I think that we are just working towards just still being broken, but understanding one another. In that's all it is. It's not a whole.
That's beautiful because we all are flawed. That's beautiful. We all are flawed, yo. All of us
How
are
does it
flawed.
come to a whole?
Because as perfect as you think you are.
I'm very flawed.
You flawed too.
Jeffy said, I'm perfect.
Jeff said, I'm perfect.
He said he's perfect.
Luke, I'm your
he's
father.
right.
He's not
I'm
flawed.
perfect.
And I am too.
Next question.
In God's eyesight, he is.
Next question.
All right. Next
question
is from the guys.
Okay.
All right. Next question is from the guys. And so the guys want to know, boom. I'll let you read it.
Why are you loyal to your, I can't even see that.
Emotions.
Why are you more loyal to your emotions than you are to your man?
Why are you
I can
more
break it
loyal?
down, but y'all answer.
To emotions?
Yeah. Why are you more loyal to your emotions than you are to your man?
What?
I get that. That question came from you.
Somebody
explain it to him because that was your question.
I get it.
Toya gets it.
I want him to elaborate though.
We got.
Go ahead.
So
we got
let me,
one smart broad in the
I don't
room.
need an explanation.
I'm gonna call you a nig. I need bell money today.
I said
yeah.
One more time, I'm flipping this
it.
damn plate over.
Thank you, mama.
This for you,
Go ahead,
Norm.
mama.
You have salt all on this floor. Okay. Now,
Just jokes.
I think, and this goes back to question number 2, it may have been, when Maria was saying how for the first however many years of her life with children, her household and everything, it was all her. Everything was on her. She relied on herself, her own judgment, her own decision making, her own everything. She knows that she can trust her. So she's going to go with those emotions that she has generated over the years because she is sure of those. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but what I'm saying is she knows that she can trust her.
Dig it. Pour me a shot too.
You know what? She said, listen.
He giving him pep talks. How's he giving him pep talks?
Come on, mama. Come on. No,
pep
mama.
talk.
Speak. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Can
mama.
they do that?
Go ahead.
Listen.
Yes,
I'm
Mom, I'm
not
listening to
saying
you.
it's right or wrong. I'm just answering the question. She is loyal to those emotions because those emotions have gotten her through the first 40 years of everything in her life. So she is going to go with that as opposed to meeting a new man who is just coming to her life. And yes, even though she may love, accept, care for, whatever,
Has nothing to do with
she
trust.
may not be to the
that
point
extent.
where she can rely on everything he says and everything he does. So I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Come on, I want to know.
But what I'm saying is she can rely on her own mind because that's what's gotten her through.
You gonna let us answer, or you just
go ahead? Go ahead,
sis. Do you want to go?
Go ahead, you can go ahead.
Right, exactly. What you answer? Just answer. Don't even ask. Just answer.
No,
No,
he was about to talk.
Go ahead, Mom.
He was. Yes,
Go
he
ahead.
was. Yes, he was.
Go ahead.
Yes, he was. Yes.
Yeah, how dare me?
No, you know, Toya is
explain
right.
the question, but go ahead.
He was about to.
Go ahead.
So, the question is, why are you loyal to your emotions?
Why are you?
I think
more loyal to your emotions than you are to
more
your man
loyal
in your
to your
relationship.
emotions.
Right.
So basically, why are you more loyal to what's going on in your head than what he's saying to you?
Or what he's showing.
Wait. That's two part though. What he's showing. My thing is, I think she summed it up. I think she's. I think she summed it up. I think she's saying that we have had to rely on our intuition. We've had to rely on ourselves. We had to rely on our strength. We had to rely. I mean, there's so many things we had to rely on. So it's hard to transition and listen to the emotion of someone else. We are passionate people. We're women.
Yes.
We're passionate people.
Yes.
We deal, and hear me, our makeup is emotion. That's our makeup.
Thanks for acknowledging that.
It's true.
Oh no.
I'm a realist. Our makeup is emotion. So a lot of the times when it comes to rearing children, when it comes to dealing with men, when it comes to holding jobs, when it comes to being a daughter or a sister to siblings or whatever you want to call it, or a grandmother or anything of the sort, we deal with we rear with our emotion. We feel with our emotion. We are feelers naturally. So that's the reason why. That is the reason that's our makeup. So that's the reason why we rely on that, because guess what? Like you said, the T word has been used and thrown. It is, who do we have to trust? Who got us?
So,
who got
listen.
Wait a minute. Who has us? Who has had us? We always say on every show, we are the most underrated, the most underprivileged species in the world. Black woman. So that's
let me get something on when you.
No, women are answering.
Yes. I respect. But see how I respected that?
Women are answering.
And you know what? And trust is built. And think about it. Even though Toya and B said it correctly, but you have to remember, trust is built on actions. Eventually, we trust based on your actions. Definitely. Now, if your actions is good, and then eventually your actions start going down, we go back into that closet where everything is built on our own emotion, our own decision. Now, if you can sit there and your actions start being consistent, like, on the same, where we feel that every decision that you make is never going to be 100 or perfect, but if we see that you try your best, and I have to trust you, and your decisions for us is good and is how can I say, and is genuine, then guess what? I learned to trust you. But if you make a decision based on just how you feel that moment, and it's not the best interest of both of us, guess what? We shut down, and it goes back to, hey, we just trust ourselves.
Right.
No, but men knows that, but yes, your actions doesn't show us that.
All right.
It's always based on actions.
Kiss, you want to add on to that one, or can one of us speak?
Go ahead, General. Then I got you when you're done.
All right. So let me say this. So back to the initial question: why are you more loyal to your emotions than you are to your man? So I've seen cases where women have gotten their man locked up because they was mad at him. No, let me keep it 100. Let me keep it 100.
Have a chicken wing for this one?
I've seen cases.
Do we need chicken?
I've seen cases to where a woman got mad at a man before she found out the real story, whatever the case may be, and smashed the windows out of his car. And realized,
I changed my mind.
She ignorant.
Yeah,
for real.
And realized he was only this girl was just his friend or whatever like that. He wasn't trying to do this or whatever, and they realized later, I'm sorry, I just reacted on what? I just reacted on what? Emotions.
Yes.
Right? So instead of being loyal to who your man is, to the man that you chose.
I changed my mind.
Listen. Instead of being loyal to the man that you chose, right? You let your emotions come into play. And ruin and cause chaos to your situation.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I'm just keeping it 100.
Okay, I changed my mind.
Listen to the question.
I'm not saying that everybody in this room who got boobies is like me, right? But what I'm saying is this. Again, shut up. Again, a real woman, right? And I'm only speaking again from experience.
Use that term again. I'm sorry.
A real woman.
Okay.
A real woman is not going to cater to herself first, right?
To herself or her emotions?
I'm not gonna. Jesus Christ, are you listening?
There's two different things.
And that's the problem right there. You're not listening. The fact that you have to ask me the question again, shut it up. I'm gonna say it in my best accent. Shut the fuck up. What I'm saying is this: a real woman.
Cállate la boca.
Whatever. All you know is that. If I'm dealing with you, right?
Right.
And something's wrong with you, clearly something's wrong with you, right? And because most men do the shutdown process. Y'all think because if I shut down, I don't have to deal.
Yep.
With us, if I'm living with you and I gotta sleep with you at night, I go by the motto like I can't go to bed angry.
Yes.
I can't wake up knowing that you're gonna leave this house, right?
Let's resolve.
I will. Listen,
really-
at the end
do
of the
y'all
day,
really-
right? Because y'all don't give a shit. Right? No. Hold on.
When you're done, Jay, I want to.
My whole thing is this.
Conversation. Let's be truthful.
I'm being truthful.
are.
I am. Hello. Jeff said you don't sleep. I said I have insomnia, so I don't care. I'm up all night anyway. My whole thing is like honest, like for real. Seriously speaking, me as a woman, if I feel like something's wrong with my man, my objective is to understand what you're going through.
Absolutely.
Now, if I ask you one time and I say, "Baby, what's wrong?"
Yeah.
And you say, "Nah, I'm good," I'm gonna ask you twice. There ain't no processing.
Shut up.
Ain't no
I'm
processing.
tired of that. I'm over it.
Listen. It takes two. No.
Hey, Jay, let her go, then go. Okay. Let her go, then go.
What I'm saying is this: as women, right or wrong, as women, we have a processing system too. Yeah. Because right away, do you see how you doing that?
No,
right away,
because I want to listen.
Jesus Christ! Right away, we feel like the minute we open up our mouths to say anything, y'all shut down because it's like, they nagging, they complaining, they doing whatever. You being a woman, you being a girl, you being So now, for me, because I'm like the bisexual girl of the crew. Without being bisexual. Boom, check it out.
You ain't the only one.
I'm just saying. What I'm saying is this: I've been through the situation of feeling like damn, like he don't even want to hear what I'm saying because automatically he thinks I'm being a woman.
Yeah.
Because hold on,
yes.
Jesus, I'm saying women nag, right? We know women nag, right? We get that, but we're gonna always fall into the category of we're not all the same and y'all ain't all the same. We get that, we get it. It's all good. You a good dude, you a good dude, blah blah blah. We get it.
Right.
It's here. So my whole thing is this: if I can't be a woman,
good dude,
and open up my mouth to say to my man, what's wrong with you? And I'm not asking you what's wrong with you because I want to be able to just throw it in your face and say, this blah blah blah. I'm asking you because I want to be the help.
Genuinely.
I want to genuinely say, what can I do to make him feel better so he's not sitting in my face carrying on what he brought home from work and blase.
And you feel that.
And whether it be baby, hold on. Whether it be babe, go take a shower. Dinner's gonna be ready in 10 minutes. When you come on, you gonna eat. I'm gonna take you to the room, give you a massage. You're gonna lay down, watch a movie. Whatever happens after that happens after that. But talk to me, communicate. Y'all have this thing where you feel like, we're still being naggers. You can stretch all you want. We're still being naggers because trust me, I went through a 4-year relationship.
No, exactly.
Cause you perfect. Shut up. We were
See, even she knows. She listens.
No, so I'm being for real. Like
Did
I
she
went.
shut you down?
But listen, no, I didn't. I love him. We Virgos. I got that. No, I'm just saying. I went through a 4-year relationship of being that woman where I was the one that was constantly trying to figure things out. I'm like, but I'm the woman. I'm the one that's supposed to be emotional. I'm supposed to be whatever. But my main concern was, guess what? If my man's not right, I'm not right. So why the hell you not talking to me and opening up and just telling me what it is? Because I might be able to actually be some help. Y'all feel like when you going through your stuff, we can't do shit to help. And that's what pisses me the hell off. Because y'all are so masculine that you feel like my woman can't help me through shit. I gotta get through it and shut down. Because whatever you gonna say and what you gonna do, it ain't no help because you're not going through it.
But sometimes when you ask the question, what's wrong, maybe we're not ready to talk about it.
When are you gonna be ready? Well, at least
No.
say that.
It might not be at that moment.
Hold on.
At least.
We got a call.
But when we do it as a problem,
real quick.
Come on, stop it, yo.
Caller from the 315. State your name where you calling from. You on the Mars versus Venus show.
It's Mike. How you doing? From Cincinnati, New York.
Welcome to the show. What's up, Mike?
How are we doing today? So I hear we talking a lot about communication issues, and I notice it feels like it ends up feeling like a great level of stress to try and produce answers within a first couple of questions that a man answers because of the level of gears we're running on stuff. We're not just usually sitting brainless. We're usually grinding gears on a whole bunch of stuff nobody doesn't really care about. But there's a lot of times when my lady asks me what's going on in my head, and I don't want to tell her about Afghanistan. I don't want to tell her what happened there. I don't want to tell her about the horrors. I don't want her to envision it. I don't want her to go through any level of that stress. So maybe this isn't always like but it can't be as broad as saying that this affects all the different times that men hold it back, but there is that side of us that we don't want to stress you out. We don't want to put stuff on you, because the moment that we make that first complaint, we immediately then start worrying that you're going to see us as being bitchy.
I get that. I get that. But Mike,
so we have a hard time taking steps forward to open up about that emotion, because every single step feels like we're treading upon that area where we're being tested for every move, where we can't make a mistake without getting grades, where we have this person who's saying the standard is this, and you have to reach it. And in that guy's head, he's just trying to figure out how to deal with the shit that he went through years ago when he was overseas, or my dad's in the hospital right now as we speak.
Right.
It's hard to speak about this stuff, to communicate it. Most of our entire lives for the past 4,000 years has been defending our women in battle. If there's anyone who's had women's back throughout history, it's all the men, millions and millions who have gone to war and bled for their women back home, who went and would spend 20 years someplace else to go, just so they could go back home to that sweet girl back home.
Okay, but Mike,
I mean,
wait, my question is this.
I'm just saying this is just to try and give some room to not be as much of an administrator of what men should be, and help guide us on the path instead. Because for the most part, men in this country are lost.
Okay, but Mike, my question to you is this.
Most are victims. So I'm sorry, I'll stop.
No, you're good. I understand completely what you're saying, but what I'm saying is from a woman's perspective, right? For the women who don't want to be the administrator, how you're taking it. If you're saying you don't want to put that burden on us, whatever the case is, what happens to the women who actually want the burden? Right. What happens to the women who actually want to be the outlet to be able to say, I don't care about what you feel you're doing to me. I want you to put it on me, because I want to be able to take that stress off you and make you understand that you don't need the stress. That's not fair to the ones that want to accept the stress to take it off of you. Then what happens to us?
Because
we don't, because women have no issue with opening up and saying no, hold on. If you ask me what's wrong with you today, yo, not for nothing, I went to work, this person pissed me off, my check was cut short, I was stuck in traffic for 6 hours trying to get home, dinner was late, when you coming home, are you gonna be hungry? The kids aren't fed on time, they're not in bed on time. That's a stress to us. When women cannot take care of house and home, most of us, we bend, we break, then that's when we shut down. What I'm saying is this: there's so many women who want to be that burden for the men.
I try and do my part as the man to meet halfway, because I clean my house, I cook most of the food, I make most of the money in the family while she goes to school, and I support her through going through school. I take care and feed all the horses. Like I know the majority of other males out there are just acting like boys, but there is a possibility for men out there to do their part, to make sure that the woman feels safe and cared for, that she can actually just like come home and sit and relax, and she's got a dinner waiting for her. It doesn't have to be all the time. Like, you don't have to go all out like I do, but I enjoy it.
We appreciate
I enjoy the
you,
smile I put on my woman all the time.
We appreciate you, Mike.
If I may interject, can we restate the question, please? What was the question? Somebody restate it.
So the question.
What's the question?
The question was, and this came from the men.
Thank you.
Why are you more loyal to your emotions than you are to your man?
Okay, I was the person that raised this question. All right. Now, we all have histories. We all have a past. They said that I'm the most bitter person, the bitter person on the panel, whatever. However, I've been betrayed by women to the degree where that if that betrayal was male, it would get physical. But because it's a female, I don't. So you may say, "Oh, you're sexist." So, like, number one, you want equality. If the equality was real, I would just bust your jaw.
Nah, but I don't.
But that's not what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I have been lied on, betrayed.
I love y'all.
Listen, let Love you too. Watch
Love
this.
you too, bro.
Of all the trauma that I've dealt with, because I love strong, independent black women.
Mm-hmm.
I observe them. I love them. I'm the product of them. That's what I want to be around. That's why I tolerate and I push my opinion. When I have been wrong, I have never in my life, when I was done wrong by a woman, ever in my life, slashed a tire. I've never called the police on anyone.
Me neither.
I'm not saying you are, but some do. I've never slashed my tires. I've never destroyed the car. No, you know why? We only have one car, babe. And though we're getting to a disagreement, I know that tomorrow this is the car that you need to get back and forth to work.
Right.
So therefore, I've never done that. I've never bleached your clothes. I've never shown up on your job. I've never talked about you.
Right.
I know, but but the genesis was my question.
Okay.
So from my experience, not from everyone else's, I have experienced more than one, more than two, more than three, and more than four women being more loyal to that. To wit, when I'm upset, there's a bigger picture here. Because even though I'm angry and I'm upset and you did me wrong, I'm loyal to the relationship. So I'll be quiet. I just won't throw caution to the wind or grab something and throw a chair at you or throw this and throw that. And when I go to my friends, a lot of times they co-sign that ignorant ass behavior because of this and that and the third. Last thing, just like you have to depend on yourself, rely on yourself. I do as well. I live alone. I don't live with a woman. I don't get well. I work, whatever. So the same issues that you have, I also have. Having to rely on myself, having to be mature. Oh, it was a hard lesson when I found out that my woman was not my mom. That was a difficult thing for me to learn. But I'm man enough to acknowledge that my woman
was not his mom.
Is not my mother. So when I was married, I had 2 kids and my wife had 5 because I was 3. You think that's easy for me to acknowledge and to admit? Of course it's not, but I love the transparent. What I'm saying is some women are more loyal to how they feel.
Some.
Love is more than an emotion. And sometimes women do crap that don't make sense. Just completely destructive, and they co-sign their ignorant ass behavior with their past relationships. So forgive me if I'm gun shy.
The weak ones.
So forgive me if I'm gun shy if I got PTSD, where if I see some things, because at my age, I observe. And when I make the observation, I'm good. And you know what? I'm not even going to express nothing, because I'm not even going to hear the mouth. I just say, see la, baby. Because there's some things in you and I might be wrong. I'm going to make a decision for myself. Yo, I got to be more loyal to my relationship, to my kids. You understand? And as someone I've got a record. Ain't nobody got a record because of me. I ain't never called no cops on nobody. I never stabbed nobody. That's irrational behavior. And sometimes women co-sign it. Stop.
Okay, but hold on. But again, we're going to always go back to agreeing to disagree. We're going to always go back to the assumptions. You assume that somebody that you dealt with is going to be exactly like everybody else. And what I'm trying to say, and I think I might be able to securely and like be able to vouch for everybody in here that's a woman, to say that most women, again, real women, are selfish, right? But we're selfish in that way that we want to be able to handle your issues prior to ours. So I'm speaking for myself. If I come home, kids is fed, everybody's showered, homework is done, whatever, and then you come home, if me and you was dealing, you come home and you not right. My last job of the day is to make sure that you good and that you're right before you even go to bed. So at the end of the day, again, we're going to always go back to not all women, not all men. We know this. But to wrap up, again, stop assuming that all women are going to be that person. Because I don't trust you enough to open up and say, this is my problem. It takes a process. Whatever. It takes us a process even not to be able to say, this is what's wrong with me. Because guess what? We can have conversation with y'all and then we get to Chris Rock. Oh, that's crazy. Because y'all not listening.
Thank you.
We're
listening. I'm listening to the point that I want to know exactly what the hell happened today so I know how to fix it. No. I'm just saying so I know how to fix it.
Is not one of them. I'm not a traitor to my relationship.
But see,
I'm not a traitor to my relationship, and I'm not a traitor to my emotions.
Right. But listen, understand something. Every woman is not like her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're a dude. You should be sitting.
And I think,
and this happened to me several times.
Going by experience.
So what else am I going to talk to?
So with you, it's like you're going by experience with your relationships. It just happened.
Right.
That you had some crazies, like
that's
crazy.
And not everybody is crazy.
Their girlfriend vouches it's okay for you to smash your man's tire and windows. To me, they're crazy too.
Yes, thank you for
Wait
that.
a minute, hold on,
Thank
hold
you
on,
for that.
hold on. Miss Maddie, you never bust no windows up?
I'm in my late 40s, so this
Have
is
you
different.
ever?
Yes, I have. And I busted
Thank you for your
windows.
honesty, for acknowledging that you did.
But can I tell you something, Woo?
Wait, she admitted she
Thank
busted
you for
windows.
that.
But that's because he put his hands on me. Not because I was crazy. Not because I put my hands on him, because I never put it. Because he put his hands on me, yes, I'm very revengeful, and that's just how I was, you know.
He should never
Can
put
I
his
say
hands
something
on
to you?
He should never put his hands
Can I
on
say
you.
something to you,
Of
Woo?
course, yes.
Can I say something to you?
Screw his window.
I'm not gonna lie, all his windows.
That's justice.
Window.
Can I say something? Can I say something? I've never, and I've been done wrong numerous times. I have never slashed a tire. I have never called the job. I would never. I don't care if we fought and I got a black eye. I would never call the cops.
Yeah,
I
neither.
want to deal with whatever in my home that's in my home. That's not okay. Hear me. I was reared again with boys, men. So I understand the whole dynamics of whatever. I've never done that. You have dealt with some crazy
Absolutely, and I
females.
acknowledge, and not all women are crazy.
That. No, not all.
Not all. I'm
Again,
not saying
I apologize for
that.
them.
But
my
I want
thing is,
some female perspective to that craziness, even though you're not.
There's something wrong with that. That level of, because no male could ever bring me outside myself to a point where I'm going to risk my freedom. Yes.
Can you speak to the women that do go outside themselves? Because that's what I want to know. Because I'm not a female.
Manage your emotions. Manage your emotions, because you lose. You lose. At the end of the day, you lose.
And you look stupid. You make look stupid.
Yes.
Has any man experienced that? Or am I the only one that's ever been in a relationship with a crazy person?
All of us experience that.
Go ahead, brother.
All women are crazy. Like, all of
But
y'all.
it's levels to craziness, though.
Speak
all women are crazy. All y'all, all of y'all
Let him just finish the point.
No, we not.
Let him finish his point.
All right, he's not crazy.
Right, go ahead. But what were you saying?
You won.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Shout out to everybody.
Yo,
real quick.
All the women are crazy.
Real quick.
Why would you think that?
Shout out to Mike. What are you watching us on? What platform?
I'm watching you on YouTube.
On YouTube. Okay, yeah. Shout out to YouTube is working like the Facebook sound. If you're on Facebook, well, you wouldn't know, but if you're on Facebook, go to YouTube. But we're up live on WBKS1.com, and we're up live on Twitter and Periscope, and also the TuneIn app. It's just Facebook.
Okay.
That's giving us a problem.
May I say something real quick before I get off the phone with you?
Yes.
Absolutely. The statement "manage your emotions" for me, it doesn't work, because there are emotions you want me to manage that I don't think you understand. Just like there are emotions that I, as a man, might say that you, as a woman, need to manage or something like that. There's almost nothing that women in this country can say to understand what it's like to be drafted into the military in a time of war. And just like no man in this country can truly understand what it's like to live as a woman in this country with the amount of sexual misconduct and sexual assault in this country. There are two sides of a story that neither of us can truly understand. We can only go so far to. So it's hard to just demand it of someone without also having a guide on how to deal with those things you yourself don't know how to manage.
Mike, what I was saying was...
Real quick, hold your thought.
Okay.
Before you respond, Mike, please just tell the listeners real quick, background about you, where you're from, your demographic, nationality, past occupation, all of that, real quick, just so they know a little bit about you.
I'm 32 years old. I'm an Irish American. I spent a couple of years in the Army as a combat engineer, did a tour in Afghanistan. I spent most of my life reading about military history and world history, and that's what I do because I'm boring and I like books. It's not much more to me. I'm a pretty simple person. I keep to myself. I don't bother other people.
Mike, I wanted to say this to you. I wanted to say this to you. It's not that I'm saying that we need we need to manage our own emotion. And I'm not saying that because I don't, as a man, I don't understand the makeup of you altogether. I know what you give me. I could never be a man. But what I'm saying to you is that we need to manage I can tell myself when to not do something. I can tell myself when to not react to something. You understand what I'm saying? So that was my issue is that we need to manage, because my thing is that I have children first. I am a female. I have a career. So if I slash a tire, I'm a nurse. I lose license. That affects my whole household. So my thing is that I'm not going to put myself out there to do something to you, or even though you do something to me, to be spiteful in order to lose all that I've accomplished. You understand what I'm saying? So that is what I was saying. I wanted to manage my own self. We are all responsible for our own selves, and that's it.
And since you can't cut his ties,
I don't disagree with that.
Soul.
So here's the.
Wait, I want Jason and Jason.
What he say?
I said, since you can't cut his tires, you'll cut his soul with your mouth.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what you'll do.
Oh, God.
How we do that?
Oh, stop. Disingenuous. Flag on the play. You speak, Jay.
Next question, please.
Bullshit.
Next question, please.
That bullshit. How we do that? Oh, yeah, right. Whatever.
I'm not sure.
Next question, please, Norman.
I said the physical.
A woman can justify anything. If the emotion is behind it, women can justify anything they do and can get another group of, not all, to get another group of women to co-sign that justification of that.
Not all the time.
Then they weak.
I
The other
said
group of the
some.
women's
I
weak.
didn't say
That
all.
other group of women
Well,
is
in
weak.
fairness,
women
men
can justify
have justified
any
more than
behavior.
their fair
Hold
share
on.
of stupid
And-
things like blowing stuff up.
I agree, but I'm talking from my perspective. We all know men are stupid, but I'm talking about women right now, because that's the nature of my question, because I don't date men. Women can justify, listen to me, if their emotion is such, a woman is capable of anything. Now go ahead and tell me how a man is capable of anything. Good. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I know that men are crap too. Women can justify anything.
Because we're smarter.
Anything.
That's right.
Right,
Believe
see?
that.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
smart.
Next question.
Pussy and money win the world. A female said
Congratulations. You just played yourself.
Right. Pussy and money do run the world.
Hey, I gotta
You know what's
run.
happened
You
for-
all be safe.
Thank you, Mike.
Respect, Mike.
Love you, bro.
Thank you, Mike.
Love you, bro.
Have a good
Next
day.
question.
No
Respect.
doubt, no doubt. All right, so we're going on to the next question. If you're just joining us on the BKS1 radio platform, this is Mars versus Venus. Incredible conversation. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's been interacting and calling in and tuning in and everything, and all your comments and everything. We're going to get through this today on the platform. We're going to. I see everybody want this back. Everybody wants this particular show that we're doing.
Send us
back.
your questions.
Next question.
This was spearheaded initially by the Man Cave and the Owl Show. Me and Toya spearheaded this.
Yes.
And we're gonna bring it back.
Fearless leaders.
Yeah,
of the cruise.
we're gonna bring it back.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna go. The next is the female question.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, what was that question?
All right, female question. Do men like women a little crazy?
Oh, God.
Do men like women?
You want me to start that,
crazy?
please? You want me to start this one?
Go ahead, bro.
First of all,
Capcom.
First of all, do men like women a little crazy? Just a little bit. I'm gonna say we not saying like going towards like the slashing tires. No. We talking to like the when I say something, you give me a little funk back. Like that. No, because it is like I don't want you to hit me because you know what I mean. It's more of a turn on crazy versus a violent and physical. So it's like if I'm saying something to you like, hey babe, hey go wash some dishes. I ain't doing that. Oh, I like that. It's more of like a playful crazy versus a disrespectful because everybody knows the limits where you can go in your relationship, and if you don't know,
everyone, crazy.
Exactly. So, and if you don't know, you got to get on that level. But I feel like as men, we don't like a quiet. We want something a little spicy.
After a while. I heard men say they get bored.
We want. I feel like with a lot of men, we like a little spice because once again, we see it, we witness it in other relationships. Like I'm the youngest of 4, so I've seen these different things happen in different relationships. It's like, okay, well, you know, we take on a lot of things as men. So it's like, I would say for me, yes, I like a little craziness. It's like, you know, that's a pinch of it, because at the same time we can't take so much.
Let's go to Jay. Shout out to Fat Lady.
To me, it's not really an option or not if you want the woman like a little crazy.
Gun club,
So it
gun
ain't-
shot.
He already said you're all crazy.
It's not an option.
Part of the game.
It's part of the game. Women are crazy, and you got to deal with it the way we don't like maybe the amount of drama that might come with the crazy, but crazy is in every woman's DNA. So
I agree.
You just got to deal with it.
Yo,
We're not searching for crazy.
They're not disagreeing with that, right?
Yeah, like, you know.
I agree with that.
It's like levels of crazy.
Let me tell you.
I agree with that.
Oh,
It's like it's levels of crazy. Don't be stalker crazy. Don't be 100 text mails crazy.
Yes.
Don't be who is she every 5 minute crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't be stalking my friends on my social media
Yes.
crazy.
Oh my God.
That's another level of crazy.
Crazy.
Yes, sir.
And liking comments and all that stuff there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And liking comments and stuff like that.
Shit about
Like,
comments.
But with views,
But you know what, people do that though. Like
Stalking your Facebook feed.
First of all, exactly. Like we have certain
control that.
females that do those type of things that
have no
turn a
control.
man off.
Yes.
So it's like, if you're crazy, put a cap on your craziness,
Right.
because at the same time, that's when people get hurt.
It's destructive.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because where I'm from, you get hurt.
Yes.
I know this is a different era up here up north, but where I'm from, you do things like that, people find you.
Yes.
Because you think you crazy, but other people are really crazy.
No, we
Yes.
about it out here. Too.
I- that's what I know.
Yeah.
I know that too, but I'm just saying.
About it out
But let me tell you, with Jeff, you got to be crazy, but you also got to be pretty. If you crazy and ugly, he would have you.
He not even talking to you.
He would have you either
Like-
killed. He would have you
"Get your
either
ugly ass
killed.
out of my face."
He would have you either killed or locked up.
Yeah, he's not even gonna-
But Jeff is a good back.
He don't
Officer-
acknowledge
officer-
you. Like he don't acknowledge
Yeah,
you.
yeah. It's not even a problem.
You
when
got
you're
to be
ugly.
crazy and pretty.
Pretty is subjective to the person.
That whole zodiac sign and all of that stuff, but Jeff is a Virgo, so he a
Yes, he
whole
is.
different animal.
Where's your mic?
What's wrong with that?
He is a whole different animal, you know. And I get Jeff though.
Look, I'm with you, bro.
I was with one of them for a long time, so I get it. Go ahead.
No,
you didn't answer.
No,
But
but
you're
actually,
crazy.
is do men like women a little crazy? Okay.
Yes, we're waiting for the answers.
Shout out to my man Fat Ladies and Jason. He basically said it. No matter what woman we get, we're gonna find crazy.
Right.
But it's what level of crazy we're
can they
willing
Yes.
to deal with. It's what level of crazy we're willing to deal with. Now I had in the bush waiting for me outside the studio
Wait,
crazy.
climbing the window.
Right.
Remember that girl climbed
Right.
your window that time?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I had that crazy. Y'all don't know about that.
Yes.
I had tube socks crazy, jumping on my bed.
Jesus.
I had jumped, and then I got Sandy 9 personalities crazy.
I don't care about her.
Yeah, a lot of women have multiple personalities.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
love Sandy.
Yes.
I told you she was the woman
I don't
for
had
you.
a
though.
girl come to my college crazy.
Let me tell you. When it comes, no, listen. Let me tell you. Real talk. When it comes to my wife Sandy, in the words of Forrest Gump, you never know which one you're gonna get. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Shut up, Sandy. Shut up, Sandy.
That's my boo. I don't care. That's my boo.
I'm with Sandy though.
You know,
I'm with Sandy. I like her crazy.
I like Sandy crazy.
In my younger years, I didn't even
It goes
realize.
right back to Woo, and y'all just agreeing and co-signing her crazy and don't even know.
No, I did. No, I do know.
No, I do know.
No,
We know.
I'm
We know.
co-signing it.
We agree.
You know? Do you
I'm
know?
co-signing it.
Do you know? It took me.
We co-sign.
It took me into my
Where the paper
40s
at? The
to
paper.
understand that you could be with a woman that wasn't completely crazy. Because as a man that was raised by matriarchs, my grandmothers, my aunties, or whatever, those women were crazy. They held it down. They were also absolutely crazy. Number one.
Giving us an
Number
example,
two.
Woo. Please. No, because what's your level of what do you think? What do you deem crazy?
Okay.
I don't know.
Just one response. The nurse's aide is trying to assist my grandmother.
Okay.
My grandmother beat her with the walker.
Oh yeah.
And on and on and on.
Wow,
and that's
that's
it. I'm not putting on, because I'm not about putting, you're right, I should have never did that. But I'm just saying, here's my thing. The way I was raised.
She bowed
She just bowed it. That's all.
That's all.
I almost feel like this chair.
This is how I was raised. I was raised that you were
Like
what
grandma.
you did and not what your and not who you were. I thought that I was. It's just anger. It's just slinging dick. It's just cussing and talking loud and this and that and the other. It's just the religion that somebody else told me that I'm supposed to do. Then when I got into my 40s, after my relationship blew up and I wasn't seeing my kid and I had to get an apartment by myself and grow up and this, that, and the other, I started to say, what do I think? A lot of who I was based upon what someone else told me.
Okay.
Right,
So now,
right.
when I make a decision not to be angry, I'm not my anger.
Right.
I'm not my religion.
Right.
I'm not my past.
Right.
I'm not what somebody else did to me. I'm not what's right and what's wrong or what's fair. I'm just me. And I accept the responsibility of me. Now, when I'm around a sister, now here's my problem. I know what I like. Now, everything that I like ain't healthy.
Okay.
So I have to be man enough to understand that some shit about me is not healthy.
Absolutely.
And number two, that vagina that's so good, it ain't healthy.
Absolutely.
So therefore, it's not worth it.
Absolutely.
Therefore, I'm going to leave it on the table. Go say my prayers in my chant.
And that's it.
Get called thirsty. Get called names and anything. Because all I ever saw was crazy women.
Right.
Last thing. So I had to ask myself, what the hell am I attracted to?
Yes.
I'm attracted to something that's counterproductive than I am. Why?
Right.
Because the only success I saw was crazy black women.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm working on my crazy.
Okay.
I own
Yo,
my crazy.
Whoa,
and if you don't,
wait a minute. Shout out to D. Francois. Y'all don't understand what's going on behind the scenes.
Wait, hit it so I can see what she said again.
Crying.
I rock with y'all after the show. Y'all really don't understand.
The comments coming from people.
Y'all really don't understand.
All right.
The comments right
So you
now.
know what, Woo, for you, it should be easy to kind of recognize the crazy versus that.
Yeah, I think
That's why I talk the way I talk.
Wait,
That's why I talk the way I talk.
No, Woo.
Because I do recognize.
Woo,
That's
no,
why I talk the way I talk.
because the thing is, you have a level of discernment in regards to what to gauge it because you've seen the extreme of it.
Yeah.
And you've seen the level of extreme, and you have seen the minor. Yeah. So yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not the most healthy person in the world, as
but
no
none
one
of
else
us
is.
are.
But for you,
I'm striving.
But for you to recognize,
go.
hear me. For you to recognize, I think it's the piece that I took from that too was the fact that everything that we want for us is not healthy.
Yeah, that's what I got.
I think I got that from that.
Yes.
I've been there.
I think I got that.
Women go through that a lot too.
Yeah,
No doubt. Choosing the wrong joker.
I think that's what I got.
Absolutely.
We're going to be transparent. For a while, I dated some unsavory characters.
Unsavory.
Yes.
Listen, everybody had, I'm not talking about just, a little bit of weed.
They call it murder.
They may have had some extensive
Mental
background.
problems.
Listen, I did a 10, 15-year bid.
Couple of felonies. Can't vote.
Listen, Queen Bee, she better. But listen,
She's so attractive.
listen, they were all
Right.
very nice gentlemen to me.
Y'all not
Facebook almost back.
Y'all not understand. Y'all not understanding.
They were very nice to me.
She got prerequisites, y'all.
Just maybe not to the people they may have murdered or murked.
That's
you know
real
what
talk.
I'm saying? Like, it is
No,
what it is.
that's real talk.
It
Okay.
is what it is.
Chanel, they was just about it.
Okay.
Listen.
That's all.
Real quick, let me add to
I don't
this.
judge 'em.
All right, so the question is, do men like women a little crazy?
Yes.
So let's be honest. This
Yes.
for my dudes. No, listen, this for my dudes.
Just a little.
So if we meet a female, right? That she's just real nice.
She care.
She does everything we say.
Like her.
Listen,
like-
there's no arguments, there's no beefs,
like that.
nothing like that at all.
You're gonna be
it's
bored.
It's like whatever, dear, blah 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 blah. Okay, and always making us comfortable all
Boring.
the time.
Don't like that
Whatever.
You're gonna be bored. It's boring.
Do you actually want that?
No. Do y'all want that?
Jeff say
Go
yes.
ahead.
Agree with me on everything I say?
Yes.
Just
No.
rock with you.
Not
Always
every-
looking out for
not
you.
everything.
See, Jeff. See,
Hold
Jeff.
up.
Look.
Don't let Jeff fool you. Jeff feel like one of them guys. He want a woman to kind of choke him up once in a while.
That's a little too far crazy.
And then like,
no.
You know?
Because I don't know how I'm gonna react if you choke me out. Nah.
No, not really choke. I'm playing.
Nah, you gotta be
not till you pass.
Not agree with everything. And be like okay and go with everything I say because it's gonna be too easy.
Yeah, it is.
So
I want balance.
Fellas.
No, we don't want to push over, but you know when it comes, because you can get all that without the crazy, but I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Like the most crazy women are the best cooks. They're the coolest.
Yes. Sex is
best. They can sing.
Hold your gun.
They have talent. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, they're owl. But so they camouflage the crazy. They come across so cool, just perfect. They and some of them think they could be your boy. Yeah. Okay. They're your dude. I can. Cause they, you know, my fault. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of shade, but I'm just saying. So hey, just a little bit. I'm just saying. So we get into it like and then the sex usually is bam, just rocking. So now we're caught up. But then when that crazy hits. That crazy is for real, but now we caught up now. So you know it's
whose fault is it that we caught up?
Huh?
Whose fault is it that we caught up?
All right, wait a minute.
It's their fault.
Let's be real quick.
They shouldn't have lied. Why they lied to us?
All right, so let's be real quick, fellas.
I agree.
When is it too much crazy when we like, yo, I gotta dead this?
Like what Wu said.
When they put when women put their hands on God, it's
when you stalking my social media friends.
Go ahead, Fuse.
When you stalking my social media friends and going and trying to let's get all my messages, asking me like for the password to my account so you can check my DMs and
it's the trust.
100 text messages. That's too crazy.
Yeah, they don't trust you.
From 3 hours ago, we back to trust. From the beginning
so
of the show.
If you gotta do all that, you that crazy, then it's not gonna work.
You're right about that.
I'm going to shut down, not tell you anything after that.
Let me tell you what I don't mean to interrupt you.
This is the first topic that ladies and
let me tell you what I love about my relationship and why it works for me and my husband. Because from the beginning, when we first started dating, and I knew my husband for like 30-something years. So from the beginning, like if I saw somebody or my ex, I'd be like, oh, this is Pierre, you know, this, such. Like it wasn't no phony because when I see him without you, I'm going to acknowledge, hey, give you a hug, hey, how you doing? But I'm going to be respectful. So I do it in front of my husband. Same thing with my husband. And it's no, I'm going to a party, I can only dance with my husband, or my husband can only dance with me. No, listen. At the end of the day, I trust you. You trust me. I'm going to be respectful. You respect me. And it works for us. It's not me going into the social media and acting all crazy because we all have friends. We all have, you know, if we didn't have friends, we would be bored with each other. Absolutely. But it's respect. And I'm not going to step out of my relationship like he's not going to, you know, step. Like we talk about this. So to be hounding somebody Facebook page, I mean, it's only a daggone like really? Like, and if you like this, if you're a relationship, it gets to that extreme, then you in the wrong relationship.
Now, let me preface that and say there is certain instances, like if you've been friends with a person before you were in a relationship or married, then you shouldn't ask about that person. But if you became friends after, and it starts to seem, and you start to pick up on things like, well, this don't feel right. Then you can ask a question.
There shouldn't be no new male friends.
That's different. That's completely different.
In an ideal world, no new male friends.
What's unacceptable? When you're delusional. Let me tell you why. When you're unable to say I'm sorry. That's unacceptable. I'm like, oh, okay. Or that hypersensitive stalking my Facebook page. Yeah. Or wait. Bro, I work. And everybody around here work hard. I put in mad hours. I don't get enough sleep. Why you ain't call me?
I'm sorry. Am I obligated to?
And I don't say nothing. And then insult me.
Wow.
Wait.
Well, you better say something when you say it, how you say it.
And then insult me. And then say, right? So what's crazy is, as much as I talk, I don't do soliloquies. I do conversations.
Right.
And I don't do black women venting all day, every day. Right. I do conversation.
Yeah.
That means
yes.
Is it different?
You say something and not something. You know what that also means? That
dialogue.
Even though I'm jumping out of my skin, I'm gonna white knuckle it to hear you. So what's crazy, women, is when you don't hear me. When you don't hear me, just because I'm articulate and emotional, that don't mean I'm wrong. If you don't hear me, That shit is crazy. And I'm going, a lot of women don't acknowledge. They go, Look, I don't need you to cook me a dinner. I do. I don't need you to give me a blowjob. I do. But you know what I need first? My bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And the negative aspect of the strong black woman is the inability, because they think that it's a weakness. And then when a man says something, boy, bye. It's your bitch ass. Woo, 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 woo. So what do we do? Lastly, I've been around killers. I work in prisons, mental illness. Men do know how to talk and express themselves, just not to you.
Can I just say something? Because I just want to address the shade in the room that was given about 5 minutes ago. I totally am not crazy. I'm not. No. I'm not crazy.
All nurses are crazy.
No, I want to say this to you. Seriously. Again, I tell you that I'm reared by boys, so I have a totally different emotion than most men. I mean, most women. I will tell you that. Secondly, I'm about it for my man. You're not going to disrespect whomever I'm with. I'm gonna tell you that. So I'm about yes. I go up top. I go up top. But as far as
like that.
Have I learned?
That's the part crazy I do like. I ain't say that part.
I kind of like that.
No, I go up top. Like I will, like with the neck. You're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do that. I do stick up for my man or whatever you want to call it. But this is my thing. I have learned. I'm not gonna say that I had this before because I've been married before. I'm not gonna say that I knew this before, but I will say that in growing, I now know.
Tell them, sis.
I now know what it takes to be with a male.
Okay.
I know what it takes now to understand the male. I understand that there are some roles and lanes that I have to stay in.
Yeah.
I get that part. Seriously, I get that part. Like, I'm not going to jump in your face. I shouldn't do that. I'm a female.
Okay.
At the end of the day. At the end of the
growth,
day. No, seriously. It's growth. Because I wasn't like that before.
No, she wasn't.
I wasn't. I could go toe to toe with you, word to word, and think nothing of it. But now I understand. I understand the level of, I know how to talk to you. I know when to talk to you. I know when to talk to you. I do. I know when to talk. I know what your day consists of. I know what you don't want to hear. I get it. I'm in tune with that now. I'm almost 40 now. I get it.
And I'm going to piggyback off of that because, all right, so everybody's like, oh, no, I'm not crazy. I was. I mean, let's.
And I know
that's transparency.
I'm just
good and crazy.
I'm gonna just be 1,000%.
I bust the windows out your car.
Now, again, like I said, I've never done that because that's stupid. Because when you make up with him next week, and y'all gotta go to the movies, then you cold and shit because you done bust the windows out the week before.
Right.
Like that's dumb.
Yes.
So don't do that.
Right.
I've never busted windows. I've never slashed tires. I'm gonna be really transparent. I've never gone through phones. Now, as much as I've found out my priors have cheated, when I tell you women's intuition is really something.
Yes.
It'll come to you.
I've literally never gone through anything. Everything has literally just fell in my lap.
It's gonna come to you.
And when
God
I say literally,
out there like that.
I could be doing something else, and somebody be like,
gotta reveal.
yeah, because when your dude was at so and so, and I'm like, he was at so and so.
That's the truth.
Wait,
it's true.
When I can swear to you on Bibles, children, whatever, that stuff, that has literally how I found out about everybody or everything. That I've never gone through anything. However, I'm saying all that to say.
Welcome everybody back to Facebook.
Listen, I'm saying all of that to say. Now, when I did find out about such occurrences,
it got real.
The old Toya Chanel was a different female. And listen, that too.
You box, Jesus.
And so there are times when I be like, because my thing is, when I'm asking you about whatever it is you have done, just come out and say
I already know.
Don't just. I already know. I'm asking you, I already know. Don't lie to my face because now you're insulting my intelligence.
Right.
I do
not
not
the
like.
part, sis?
I don't like when you insult my intelligence. Number one, because I'm very understanding. Number two, because I understand that everybody is a human being.
Respect.
Number three,
Dignity.
because if at any point in time in this relationship you loved me, you wouldn't lie to my face like I'm boo-boo the fool.
Right.
So,
Kids, that's what kids say. Boo-boo the fool.
Well, listen.
Boo-boo the damn fool.
So when said individuals did lie to my face,
that's when you
old school Toya was quick with the hand.
Blacked out.
I'm sorry. Okay. And it's wrong. And it is wrong, and I have learned not to be that way.
Right.
But I have punched dudes,
Yes, yes,
in the face.
yes.
Oh damn.
I've done that. Now, granted, said individuals was boxers too, so they could have killed me.
They got pills for that.
They could have killed me. No, I'm serious.
And now medicinals.
But I have done that,
Yes.
and I'm being transparent.
Several norms.
Listen. I'm being 100%
Thank you for your
transparent.
honesty.
Right.
I have been that crazy person
Yes.
that when you lied to my face, automatically bam. Like
But growth is something,
Right.
sis.
growth is something, sis.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, fast forward a decade.
You know what?
No, because I need to hear what you saying.
You need that trust.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. What I'm saying is, you grow. It's 10 years later. It's 12 years later. It's 15 years later. And I am no longer that female anymore because number one, I had to learn how to manage my emotions. But that's something that a lot of females have to learn as you get older. You learn how to manage your emotions, especially in the moment.
Right.
I had to learn that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that before.
Right.
I got mad. I popped off. I'm not like that no more though. So have I been that crazy? Yes, I have.
Yeah. No, and trust me, I get it, and it's funny
Yes,
because
we in here.
like I think the first time, like you said, falling in your lap.
Yeah,
The first time,
falls in your
I
lap.
always was the cool chick. She
Yeah.
wanted the boys, she this, she that, because I was always a tomboy. I just had that mentality, right? I didn't become the crazy chick until I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning and opened up one eye, and homeboy's phone was open. Not that I had to go because I didn't even know his password. Why you even have a password behind me?
Right.
But your shit was open, and you're blatantly conversing with somebody
when I'm laying
somewhere
next to
else,
you.
and I'm like, but talking about me, about all the things that you're not happy with, and I'm like, so why don't I know this?
Been there.
And the whole time I'm thinking like, wow, I'm doing everything right. What?
No. He's
Oh,
telling them
I'm
what-
doing everything right aside from dealing with the normal, stuff that life brings. Like
Yes.
sometimes your finances go up, they go down. But let's not act like when you was down, I didn't keep you up.
Right.
So now when I'm down, I'm expecting you to do the same thing. And now it's you talking to another female like, oh, I'm like, oh, wow.
Been there.
And this is
Like,
hold on.
right.
This is 9 years in a
Yes.
relationship, and now
Yes.
you telling some other female.
Yep.
So how about you go over there and deal with her? Because at the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm
for some money.
No, because I'm for real. Ass that bad fast out my day.
Yes.
Right.
Because my whole thing is like at the end of the day, the facade don't
Right.
last for too long.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I'm not with trying to be a queen to a man that I assume is a king, but yet you playing the
And he
clown.
playing me.
You a
You a
clown.
clown.
Right.
You a clown under a crown.
Right.
That rhymed. Al bars. What I'm saying is. What I'm saying is.
Spit them, sis.
What I'm saying is this.
16.
Put that cup down.
No man, right.
cup down.
What I'm saying is this: no man should have to subject to living a facade because he thinks that he can't trust his queen,
Right.
because he don't believe that she is a queen,
Right.
and vice versa. So at the end of the day, like Chanel, Toya,
Uh-huh.
like you said, I'd rather you tell me what it is from the giddy up.
Please do.
Because my whole thing is this:
That's
I'm
the
gonna
problem.
number
That's the
one,
problem.
any real woman
Yes.
is gonna respect you from the jump if you say, look,
Honesty.
this is what it is, right? Either we in a relationship or we not. If it's just what it is, if I'm with it, I'm with it. If it's not, I'm not. But guess what? If I'm in a relationship, that still don't give you the right to look through my stuff.
Right.
It still don't give you the right to disrespect my space.
No.
I'm not gonna do it to you. And if we're not, even furthermore, don't even try it. You know what it is. So why you acting buck fool?
Can I say this?
Stop.
I've,
Like,
I've gone through the.
people be
Can I
acting
just
stupid, yo.
tell you the level of I have gone through the phone thing, but the thing
my
is,
God.
and I'm not saying
Again,
that
our
it was
topic is do men like women a little crazy?
I know.
Go ahead.
But listen, because this is my
This is
crazy.
crazy.
This is my level of crazy. So I've gone through the phone thing. But honestly, I want to tell you that when someone shut down for me, I went through the phone thing because I literally was like,
What's
where is
going
he
on?
laying his heart? Where is something's wrong? Something's off. I need to figure this out. And I know that a lot of times, men's phones tell stories.
Everything.
Men's phones tell stories.
Some of ours too. Some of ours too.
No, some men. So I say that to say, yes, I've been hurt by what I saw in the phone. I've been hurt by what I saw in the phone. I have been through I've been talked about and what I've seen in the phone, and this is whom I was married
It's
to.
not true. Oh my God.
This is whom I was married to. That's a hurting feeling. For you to talk to another female about me. For you to sit there,
Fabrication.
exactly. For you to sit there and give another female leverage over me. That is what I saw. I also saw your infidelities. your indiscretions in the phone. So I've gone through that, and yes, you say you search for, you search or whatever. Yes, I've searched and I've found, and unfortunately, it helped me because it helped me leave.
Right.
Because you're not honest with me.
Right.
You're not being truthful to me.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. That's my level of.
No.
That's probably the furthest I've gone.
And it's almost like crazy by accident because it's like,
yeah, it's the furthest
you
I've
don't want
gone.
to do it. But it's like you're not
I've
talking
never followed nobody.
Because you've never been like that.
Right.
So, but
I've never
the
been like
actions
that.
of the opposite made you.
That's what that
I get it.
was.
Because you're trying to find out, like you said,
I'm
where your
trying to
heart.
figure it out. Like, where are you? You're not here with me. There's something
because once communication stops, it's like, why I gotta figure you out?
He don't trust.
So that led you to be the crazy female.
But then it goes back to what we were talking about before. You get bored, right?
Get bored.
Some dudes get bored, so they feel like, oh, that gives me the leverage to be able to talk about her because she's not meeting my expectations as of right now.
Right.
But yet, I'm still here,
right,
standing firm
right,
in my love for you,
right,
and the fact that, guess what? I'm gonna be selfish and understand that, you know what, whatever we go through, I'm gonna be here for you.
Right.
But yet, you're falling short. You're shutting down.
Yes.
Right.
So now I gotta figure it out and have to go through all these motions.
Now,
That's
granted,
why.
now, granted,
Because I'm all about what do you need?
That shutdown.
You get what I'm saying? Like, what do you need? Like seriously speaking, no. The shutdown is fine. The shutdown is fine from all aspects, male or female. But my whole thing is this: if I'm asking you what you need, what do you need for us to be okay? What do you? And I'm not saying because I want to just make the time go past. I want us to be good. I want to fix it.
Yeah.
So even if you right, I'm not saying I want to answer right then and there because I understand that sometimes with y'all. You need, huh?
No, y'all be like, I don't want to talk about it.
Not even that.
No,
because y'all are quick to be like, I don't want to talk about it right now because y'all don't understand. Guess what? I just might.
All right.
That's
So
it.
listen. So what we've been discussing, if you're just joining us, we are doing several topics, 4 different topics from
questions.
I'm sorry, eight questions
You're crazy.
from the male perspective and 8 questions from the female perspective.
Yes.
And right now we're on do men like women a little crazy, and this came from the female perspective.
Right.
If you're just joining us and everything, so basically, a lot of the women are agreeing too about they admit to they're crazy.
Yeah.
Most of the women are.
I didn't realize this was a setup question for them to vent on why they're crazy.
Yeah. They.
That's what
Yeah. So.
I thought this was for us. I thought this was for us, but really what it was a setup question for them to say, well, I'm crazy because y'all make us do this, and we make us do that. That's what happened.
You right.
I don't like your beard.
That's real.
Yo, shout out to the beards in the building.
Yeah.
No doubt. So again, we're gonna go into the next question. This question came from the men.
Okay.
The question is, I'll let Jay Chosen read it.
Where is that?
Oh Lord.
I can't see
Get the
nothing.
specs on.
Nothing.
Oh, you ain't got it.
Yeah, I don't got nothing on.
Want to read it for you?
Yeah,
You got it?
yeah, I can't see nothing.
All right. All right. So the question is, you want a good man, but why are you attracted to bad treatment? You want a good man, but why are you attracted to bad treatment? And I'm gonna break this down. No, I'm gonna break this down. I see some women, right, and it's funny. And me and Will was discussing this, and this is why this question came up. Like, I see the man like calling, checking on the woman. Hey, how you doing today? You all right? You need me to do something for you? Hey, what's up? How you doing? Do you need a ride to your job? Blah blah blah. I got you. Blah blah blah. Hey, such. You want me to pick up something? I'm going to the grocery store. And then you get the other dudes like, yo, I get off 2 in the morning. I'm coming over. Whatever. Put that such and such on I like. Okay. Blah 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 blah. And hurry up and do it. And then I gotta leave afterwards. Or whatever. So no. Listen. Or the man that don't do none of that. And when you ask him for something, he like, nah, I can't do it. Or no, I can't do it. Nah, it's not gonna happen. But you still like goo goo gaga over him, right? And so
you're talking about bad boys versus good boys.
Let
me tell you something else.
Something similar. But no, listen. And I heard this conversation. Even some women admitted it, right? Because I made sure I had this conversation with some females. It's like some women, the worse they are treated on certain levels, the more they're attracted.
Some women
to a particular guy, and then the guy that wants to do everything in the world for him, they like, corny, or they always be there, or they take them for granted. This is real
women.
talk.
No, you're right about that. But let me just tell you very quick about my experience. From the beginning, even school, I always dated bad boys, right? I went to a good guy, which was my kid's father, and he whipped my ass for years. Amen. Then I went back to where I knew they took care of me, didn't put their hands on me, and treated me good. So I can't say that every man that has a good job, this and that, is a good guy, because them guys that I dated from the streets treated me way better, and even as I grew older than the regular man that actually had a good job. So let me just kind of change. It goes down to personalities. It boils down to personality and how you were raised, because you could be from the street and treat a woman like a queen, and you can be a man that was raised by, maybe just your mom or maybe your father, but it's just what went on in the household, and you can treat that woman like crap.
Right. I mean,
okay.
This is for the women, right?
I just wanted to clear that piece, as far as good boys, bad boys, or street.
It's what you
I
deem.
just wanted to kind of clear that piece, because I wasn't sure what the question really was pertaining to when you said good guy, bad guy, or how they treat you. But you could be a good guy. You could be a man in the street and beat a woman's ass, and you could be a man from the street and treat a woman like a queen. So it all depends. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All depends.
I don't think women are necessarily attracted to bad treatment. I really think what it is, from a male perspective, you guys are saying what Maria just said, that good guy versus bad guy type thing. And I'm only saying this because I have heard a number of men, and I already told y'all my previous history with dating men who were considered unsavory, but a lot of these unsavory characters were great people, and like I said, or at least they were great to me, as opposed to the ones I necessarily married or settled down with the degrees and the PhDs and all the money and the houses and the cars, and raised by two parents that treated me like shit.
And some of them that had two parents.
What I said is, because I'm reiterating this for Jeff. The question is, you want a good man, but why are you attracted to bad treatment?
Right.
What I said is, I don't necessarily think from your perspective you're saying bad treatment,
right?
But you may be saying a good guy versus a bad guy type situation. That's how.
But you know what? Also,
I don't think we're attracted to bad treatment.
You can date a good guy, right? And for whatever reason, their true colors. Listen, you could be dating a guy. It could be like 4, 5, 6 months, and then after 6, 7 months, their true colors show themselves. Not that and they could be a hard worker, good guy, but they truly show themselves. And maybe don't show themselves to after a year. By that time, you built a relationship where you're in another level where you become. You care about this person, you love this person, and this is where they allow themselves to get too comfortable and start mistreating you. And then it's not like you're just like, okay, is this happening? Like, you give yourself time.
Right.
So you're not going to just get up and just leave, because now you're saying like, it's something wrong, like what's going on? So after a while, your friends say, hey, you letting this fool mistreat you and play you, like what's going on? Because meanwhile you're confused, and especially if you're young, you've never been through anything, you are confused, and you're like, okay, I'm still sticking by him because I've seen the good side of this guy, like what's going on, what happened? So and eventually it seems like that's the kind of guy you end up attracting, and instead of you cutting that person off from the beginning, because some women don't know how to be by themselves. So what happens, instead of you cutting them off from the beginning because you're afraid to be by yourself and you find somebody else, you tolerate the BS,
okay,
and you're stuck there, you know what I'm saying? And it seems like it becomes a pattern and a habit,
right? But I'm a little confused, right? Because Norm said like, a guy just calls you 3 o'clock in the morning, put that thing on, and I can't stay long. Now, my whole thing is this.
Wait, is that the bad guy?
No, I don't know.
Which one?
But that's my point. He said he used that as an example, right? So my whole thing is this: like me, I like spontaneity. So if you call me at 2 o'clock in the morning, like I just finished so and so, right? I just finished so and so. Like I'm coming over.
That's the only time he call you.
No, what I'm saying is this. Hold up, wait. But when okay.
Look, I got you.
Wait.
Look.
Right.
Let me hop in the shower.
Which stockings you want? My whole thing is this.
Give me 20 minutes.
It depends on the situation. If we're not in a relationship, right? And that's what we're built on. Like I know, like yo, like it might at any given time he might call, like yo, I'm ready for shorty. It's okay because that's what we have.
That's what
so
it is.
If our thing is based, if our thing is based on no commitment, no nothing but spontaneity, and like, yo, whenever I feel you, you feel me, you call me, you say what it is, then great. That don't make you a bad person. Yeah. No. Now, if I'm in a relationship with you, hold up. If I'm in a,
because y'all miss,
like, what are you talking about?
Y'all miss no.
I took this.
I love an emotional bad boy.
Maybe I'm wrong. That's what I love. Was it's almost like why do nice guys finish last?
Hold on, I didn't hear what you said.
I feel bad about today.
I take this question. Maybe I'm taking this question.
I got you, baby. Come here. And that's.
Maybe I'm taking this question wrong. It's almost like, why do nice guys finish last?
What are we talking about?
Did you just say a Bible verse?
Right?
No, no. Basically, no.
So why do, if you have a nice guy in a relationship, why do you not respect him as much as you respect the guy who treats you a little worse?
So listen.
But that's exactly what I said.
Because the nice guys get walked over.
The convo
basically,
came from
the nice guy gets walked over.
Came from Wu telling me, you know what I'm saying? Basically, this chick was feeling this dude, whatever like that. He didn't call her. Like he said he was gonna call her. Yeah, I'm gonna come by. We gonna go out to dinner, whatever like that. He didn't show up, whatever. But he only hit her up when he felt like being bothered. When he felt like being bothered.
Because women want to change people, so they feel like the person who only calls them.
But then the same woman had another guy. This same woman had another guy that was checking on her needs and making sure, yo, you good? Blah 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 blah. Whatever like that. Nah, I got you. Don't worry about it.
But y'all do the same thing.
No.
We're not talking about. We can't turn this on us now. We're talking about women.
Housewives. But I'm saying that's a human thing. It is a human thing. It's a human thing. Y'all are constantly trying to turn a hoe into a housewife.
I never tried to turn a hoe.
Y'all just said
how you flip this question around on how guys
at. See, that's what they do. That's what they do.
No. The previous question was. The previous question was about crazy women, and y'all just sat here and said the woman who does everything for you, gives you everything, and is there all the time is boring, and you don't want that. So it's the same.
Not all the time. Not all the time. We would dig that. Like that's
no.
You said that.
No,
don't hurt your hand over here. Don't do that.
I ain't gonna hurt myself, but it's the same thing.
Having a little bit of crazy not treating you bad,
man.
Listen,
y'all didn't just say that.
When we talked about crazy, we weren't talking about slashing tires. We wasn't talking about crazy. We wasn't talking about that type of crazy. We was talking. Okay, when you talking about bad boys and good guys, I don't know. But the thing is, it's like with bad boys and good guys, we on the level of you got this guy like you said. You may not even have a thug guy like you said that treats you bad. But you got to understand with men, it's a lot of guys out here that we know that's not good that treat women bad. Like, cause I don't been in situations that, okay, trying to talk to this girl, but she only like a certain dude. Oh, well, he got his pants sagging. He doing this right here. He talking to other women and this, that, and third. And I'm trying to be that guy for you. But it's like, but I'm being this good guy, trying to give you everything that you quote unquote desire, but at the same time you go with this guy here that got probably a little bit more popularity in being this type of guy.
Can I explain something to you? Can I explain from a woman's perspective?
Do you think?
No, and I teach my daughter this as well. Can I make you understand something? When we're younger, yes, sometimes we are attracted to the bad guy, but most of the time, I will tell you, when we get a little older, we want the good guy.
And guess what though? But but at the same time, I'm not disagreeing.
You're not a female. You ask me, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but at the same time, a lot of older. I don't dated older female when I was in my 20s. It's the same thing. It's like she
It's the caliber of a woman that you're dating, sweetheart.
Okay.
Man,
it's the caliber. Hear me.
You got it.
It's the caliber of a woman you're dating, because I'm telling you that. And a lot of times, yes, when we're younger, and I'm gonna I'm gonna be transparent. I've dated a drug dealer. I've dated I've dated a drug dealer. I've dated somebody with the fast life. I've dated somebody with the cars. Right. I've dated somebody where you got to do the drops and the whole Erykah Badu song, work ain't honest but he pays the bills, that type. I dated that. Right? But again, when I got a little older, I understood that I need that. I want the bad guy, but I need the good guy.
No, we get
it's
that.
just
But the question is,
You're telling me.
No. I totally get what you're saying and what you
take what I'm saying.
No, I'm taking it, sweetheart. I promise you I am. But I'm just letting you know what I don't be like. You going by experience too, right?
Yes.
And I'm going by the same exact thing. I don't been on that other side on both sides. Well, then it becomes to the good guys. Well, maybe if I act bad, maybe if I choke her a little bit, she will love what I'm doing.
Because can I tell you this? But
I'm
see,
sorry,
that don't me being who I am, that don't fly with me.
No. Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's why I'm on that road with you. But like you said, you transparent and you got older.
So you transition
to
a different level of whatever. Because honestly, I don't know if it's ingrained in us or it's taught to us. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But we are honestly like it's something that we're not a part of. The life that we're not a part of, we're intrigued by that. I was a good girl. Hear me. I was a good girl. Stayed in the house. Raised with all boys. Got a Muslim dad. Guess what? I'm in our house. This, that, and the other. That other side to life, I'm intrigued by that.
Right. Because you never.
Because I'm not a part of that.
I get it.
So then I get a little older and I'm like, wait a minute, this is what my dad was trying to keep me from.
Right.
This is when
you know
when I know somebody, a female who was kept in the house or whatever and got 2 years prison, 2 years prison because she chose the bad guy.
Right. And I understand that because me growing up in a household. My mother was a pastor. My grandma was a pastor. So I'm a PK kid.
Right.
And you already know they say by PK.
Different level.
It's a different level. They say the PK kids are the most freakiest, the most all this crap here.
Yeah.
Because they got issues. Can you?
No. But at the same time, I can testify to that. I can testify to that because at the same time, because we shelter too. So that's why I say I understand.
Yes.
It's understand, but I'm gonna get on this line.
Fat lace.
Competition is good for business, and women like that challenge of competing, trying to get that. And when you're that guy, in my past former life,
past former life,
I wasn't.
You was Joan of Arc.
Yeah, I was. That's what I was. But now, real talk. It's been times I done balanced multiple women in my life. They know I got a girl. They know what I'm doing. They don't care because I'm treating them well, but that's enough. That's all they need. And they're settling for less. They're settling for less for a minute. But you know what I'm saying? When you giving them that fix, they want it. And they want to keep doing it. And it's enough. But now, for them, until the friend say, girl, what you doing? He gotta, that's what messes up the whole thing. Or when the dude start hating.
You know what?
Yo, when her girlfriend says something, the good girlfriend, and she like, yo, chill. You know what I'm saying? I like what I got right here.
I don't mean to bring it to this point, but at what point do y'all get, and I'm talking to y'all females, when y'all realize y'all wasting your damn life?
To the person that some 10 years, some 20 years,
and this is real talk.
30 years,
30-something years.
This is real talk. At what point do you realize like that quick fix that Fat Lace is talking about? Like,
can I answer that?
I'm playing myself and I'm wasting my life because I need something real.
Every woman is different.
Some
5 years, some 10 years, some 20 years, some 30 years. Some people stay with the wrong man forever.
Some of y'all fall in that same hole, right?
How many of y'all got grandparents, uncles, this, that, or whatever?
No, they ain't no good.
Never married.
Right.
They've been together 75 years, never married, got 32 kids. Everybody know Grandpa. Y'all know Miss Pearl around the corner.
Not my family.
Right.
Not my family. They married.
All them years.
And even have kids out of wedlock. Still
they stay with them.
And stay with them.
You know why? You know why? Because the title wasn't important.
You know what?
Wait, hold up. But my mom.
The title wasn't important. It was the love in the relationship.
I don't know what we call it, but
growl it.
But listen. My mom dealt with a lot.
I'm done.
My mom dealt with a lot. She did. She helped raise the kids. She helped raise the kids that wasn't her own.
Men.
Hey, hold up. They also slept in a different room.
Listen.
There's a whole bunch of them that were like, we going to sleep upstairs, such and such going to sleep downstairs, and then we still stayed together until they died.
Everybody knew that Grandpa Joe was seeing Miss Pearl around the corner. Grandpa Joe was seeing Miss Missy over here.
And they stayed.
And they were never married. They had 15 kids. And you got other aunts and uncles that wasn't from your grandmother. And they stayed.
Right.
So, like, to answer your question, some women never see it.
Right. And from my perspective, growing...
grandma wasn't
right. My whole thing is from my perspective.
Grandmamas be cheating too.
Yes, they do. From my perspective, my family
Grandma
get
pearl
mad.
skirt go up.
Yo, all the way up.
That's it.
My grandma was the pimp. She got her husband out of jail.
There you go. My whole thing is this: like for me, I never came from my family could get mad. I don't care, right? But Maria, my family was the type of family that, first of all, we went through ish.
Right.
Nobody was perfect.
Right.
To me now, at 42, I'm looking at everybody like, y'all keep acting like y'all shit was straight. It wasn't. We know it wasn't. It's lies upon lies upon lies. So I chose secrets kill. Secrets and skeletons will kill everybody else's future.
They will.
So I chose to say, okay, instead of me letting what I've seen, what I grew up from, determine what my happiness was gonna be, I said, okay, I've had nothing but long-term relationships from the time that I was 13.
Yep.
Okay, 13, lost my virginity at 18 and a half, had my daughter at 19.
Wow,
so I had no space, and that was my domestic violence type of that between 13, 15 up until then. So my whole thing was, okay, so now I'm getting to the point where it's like I'm gonna do what I want. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now it's not about what I've seen, it's about what I want.
Right.
So now at 42, if I'm not gonna be in a committed relationship, I have no, like I just said, I like both. I like for a man to feel like, you know what, if he could trust me enough to be able to speak to me wholeheartedly and openly and say, look, this is my feelings, this is how I feel, and we could talk, we can converse and agree to disagree, whatever it is. I'm the homie.
Oh, I love to be the homie.
I love that because at the end of the day, I don't have no obligation to you. But at the same time, at the same time, my whole thing is at the same time, me not having an obligation to a man at this point lets me be open enough to say I can be transparent as I want because I don't owe you shit. You don't owe me nothing. So I don't owe. There's no obligation here.
Right
now, But my whole thing is this. So now, if it might be a day where we get to get spontaneous. I'm into spontaneity. If we say we're gonna go to dinner, go see a movie, come back, chill, cool. We just gonna smash. Cool. Whatever it is, let me know. As long as I know what it is, I'm cool with it. So I might like for you to cry on my lap and then choke me after. Okay.
Okay.
That's my opinion. That's my decision.
Okay.
What I'm just saying is that's what I want. I'm just saying that's what I want. But if you're my man, right? Now, if there is an obligation to a certain degree and you're my man and I'm your woman, I still want the same thing. I still want to feel like I'm your best friend, no matter what's going on. If you know you got to talk to somebody, you can talk to me. And when we want to get crazy, we get crazy. And if you like my crazy and I like your crazy, so be it.
Right.
But I don't have to explain nothing to nobody. And guess what? My friends, oh my God, because they did it so much before. My friends will never ever determine who I'm with, whether I'm obligated or committed or not. You're not gonna decide for me. That's not gonna be my distraction.
No.
Point blank. It's what you want. So you get comfortable with what you want. That's your problem. That's your decision. That's it.
We're gonna slide to the and shout out to everybody on the check-in. Shout out to everybody with your commentary and everything. Real quick,
whatever.
Just joining us.
The narrations.
Today is the Mars versus Venus show.
Venus versus Mars.
Shout out to
it's the proper terminology.
To all the
yes, it is.
Shout out to all the hosts on the panel. Shout out to Chanel, Jay Chosen, Fat Lace, Hurricane Kish, the Ghost, aka Short Fuse, Queen B. I'm storming on the general. Shout out to Miss Maddie. She was just in the building and everything. Shout out to my man, the doctor in the building.
Who's too. Late, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
such a man.
Mad late.
See, there you go.
Acting like a nigga.
It's all right. So we about to go to the last female question.
It's still questions? Shit.
Yes, we got to call.
We got more drinks?
Caller from the 973. State your name when you're calling from. You're on the Mars versus Venus show.
Okay, you got mad.
Yo, I had to call in from the parking lot. Yo, this is Will again. I had to call in and
who that?
Put my 2 cents in. Do you mind?
What up? Go ahead, man.
Say again?
Go ahead.
Yo, I think that the reason that women choose bad guys instead of good guys is because bad guys have time to cater to their feelings, right? A good guy has other responsibilities other than trying to figure out how to elicit an emotional response from a woman. He has bills, he has responsibility in the community, he has a job, he has this, he has that. A player or a joker, his entire life is dedicated to being a predator towards women. So now he's going to be more in contact with how they feel. And like the question we asked before, like sometimes women are more loyal to how they feel. They know in their mind it's the wrong person for them, but the person makes them feel. So therefore, they make a decision based upon how they feel. That's what I think. I'm gonna hang up and listen to y'all.
No. I thanks for sharing that. No,
you're breaking up.
No, thanks for sharing that. No,
You got Metro PCS?
I got what he's saying. Like,
I got
he do.
a good guy basically has more focus on other priorities than to try to cater to. You know what I'm saying?
So the good guy is dealing with the bigger picture, and the bad guy is just dealing with your emotions at the moment. So he has more time and
what
is
I
able
can
to
get for the
cater.
moment.
But if I want that, so what?
But see, you know what?
But if you want that,
if I want that,
if you want that, it had to be established at the jump.
Here's my thing, and that's why I said earlier too. At what point do you just want more out of life? Yeah. Period. I see so many.
That question.
But I see so many.
Right.
Females just saying, oh, okay, basically y'all acting like I'm
see that too.
Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna take what I can get.
Absolutely.
Right, but hold on, because Fat Lace just said it. He said, if it's from the jump, then you can deal without the emotions, right?
Right.
Because
most
hold on,
but a lot of stuff is camouflage, a facade, because most women
want more,
hold on, because the thing is that we could talk about it all day. There's most women that can deal with that, and they can deal with what I want at the moment. And like we said, if it's from the jump and we know what it is, then we're good. Right. But some women don't know how to decipher. Some women can't separate and decipher. Okay, we established that it's just a jump off situation.
But they don't always be honest with you.
They don't.
For you to decipher.
No, a lot of them don't. Because I've been in a situation where I thought it was like a him and me, whatever, and then found out dude had a whole family. And it wasn't what he said.
I did
Hold
too.
on. Wait.
I did too.
Okay, so now,
some crazy.
What I'm saying is this. Because in their mind they think, well, my
wife, a kid, and a dog.
My situation is exactly
offense too.
My situation is this. Look, like I have this, right, but it's not cracked up what it is supposed to be. So right now I just need variety. I need this. So you get involved, right? And then they wait until the bien gets emotionally invested to now call us crazy because we're expecting more from you because we know what the hell your situation was from the beginning because you wasn't honest.
And I couldn't cut it off.
So now when I'm acting like the dude in the situation and say, okay, it is what it is, right? It is what it is.
How did we get here?
Y'all niggas, that's how.
Nobody knows.
See?
I'm trying to figure out how
we got here because we got here. It's a conversation.
How did we get here?
Y'all said.
Thank you. It was a conversation. It was the same part of the conversation. Y'all missing the damn point.
No, I'm not missing the point. The point is we need to get to this last question.
That is the last question.
For the men, right? For the woman, right?
I was agreeing with him. Don't get mad at me because I was agreeing with the fellas.
No. What he's saying is what he's about to say right now.
What I said was you could establish all that in the beginning until it's good.
Right.
And then when she getting the constant good D all the time, and now emotions are in it.
Right.
The good D.
Because that's what happens sometimes. Then at the same time, a lot of women get.
If you got
not saying that.
We talking about after establishment.
We talking about
it goes out the window once it's good.
This is what I feel about certain situationships.
Ain't no good.
I'm tolerating
because that's what they are. I feel like if you're gonna meet a person, let's put it on the line right then.
Right.
Versus like you saying, like I call it that camouflage BS because I say that because we already know from the jump what we want.
Right.
So if I'm meeting this woman,
I just learned that.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm meeting this woman, okay, well, let me know where you at.
Right. What do you
want? Because if you want something that I can't, and if I'm not willing to provide at that moment, let's get that out then. Because
but your ego don't always tell us that.
No. It's the approach.
Your ego.
No, it's
doesn't
not,
always tell us that.
But it's not about the ego. If you came to me, listen to me. If you came to me and if we sit down at the table and we going through this, if you came to me and we talking about X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna give you my truth because we had a situation
that doesn't always happen.
Are you gonna give me your truth?
Yes,
that doesn't. No, you will.
I am.
But there are most males. Come on, we are women that are accustomed to knowing that most males lie.
That's true.
To get whatever they want.
But if you know that, stay where you at. Don't move on his behalf. Stay where you at.
Okay.
Because if you know that guy is like that, if you feel like guys are like that, stay where you're at because you don't want to get emotionally involved. Because when you do that,
it's over.
Because most of the time we become bankrupt because of that. Emotionally.
At the end of the day, the situationships ain't never gonna work anyway, because as females we are emotional creatures, and that's just what it is. It's not gonna work. Right. Next question.
Hallelujah.
Because we
They can't help it.
What?
They can't help it.
We're hoping that
they can't help it.
Why
They want a daddy.
Say it again.
They want a daddy.
A daddy? Seriously?
In certain situations. I'm that serious.
It's true.
I'm that serious because guess what?
I gotta agree with that. I'm sorry.
I've
been there.
Go ahead. Let's go. Next question, Norman.
You
can't even do that.
Some women have a good daddy.
Some
women have a good daddy.
So our next question.
Some next question comes from another daddy.
That's sidebar.
Some women want another daddy.
The next and the last question
after the show
from the females.
After the show.
I'm leaving.
Come on, let's shut it down. Yes.
Yes,
no, we
please
going
hush.
to the next one. Go ahead.
Let us
Please
conclude.
hush.
Let's conclude.
Please hush.
I can't.
Some of your content is unbecoming. All right. All right. So, no, real talk. So the last question from the females on the male versus the female, Mars versus Venus, is from the ladies, and it is
I try.
Is it difficult to be in a relationship with an alpha female? This is the question that came from the ladies to us.
Hell yeah. This one just
read it. No, again. Is it difficult to be in a relationship with an alpha female? That's what y'all asked. All right. And y'all was supposed to say that.
No. It's not difficult. For you. They're not for me.
Oh, you got a hard back. You got a strong. You got a strong.
I mean, because that means like, like say alpha. But what do you mean by alpha? Like saying she's the
let them define it. Let them define it. They asked the question.
Use as a noun.
Y'all defined it. Y'all asked the question.
Someone just described the alpha female.
This is your question to us.
Right. Was it you? No. Woo described.
He can't describe what y'all trying to say to us. Let y'all.
Alpha females are those that pretty much take control of a lot of situations, are independent, overly independent.
Are usually in control in most areas of their life. They're in control in business. They're in control and usually in the relationship.
So they don't know how to calm down.
Their households. They're in control of their finances. They're usually in control of everything.
Now check this out. All right. So being that this question is to us, if one of y'all want to take it first, go ahead.
Go ahead, gentlemen.
But what I have to say to that is, if you are control of at your job, if you're the boss at your job, if you're the boss of the children, if you're the boss, if you're in control of other areas outside of the house, that's cool. Don't bring that into the house.
Oh. Don't bring it.
Don't bring it in. Don't bring it into the house because that's where the key word that kicks in. That's where the key word that kicks in is compromise, right? So that's one. Two, compromise. You gotta respect our lane. Again, you gotta respect our lane. And the worst thing a female could do is not let a man be a man.
Right.
So you cannot bring that into the household. Do that everywhere else, but don't bring that into our relationship or the household. That control issue, that whole alpha female thing.
Case closed.
So that's my view on that.
My thing is, don't come across that threshold.
You pointed.
I'm pointing at it. Don't come across the threshold. Cause you a boss at work. I know that. I respect that. Cause I love my beautiful black women. I respect you as that. But at the same time, like Norm said, you can't be alpha over alpha. And that's just like, I watched it. My mother, oh my God, man. My mother, my stepfather didn't have nothing. My stepfather didn't have nothing. But my mother treated him alpha.
Right.
I used to see her slip him money to pay for our stuff to make him feel alpha.
I've done that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've seen it to the point. So and I respect her so much. That's why I can call her alpha too.
Oh.
You feel what I'm saying?
Over here.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that's why. And I grew up in a single parent home.
Yeah.
You know, so that thing right there, Norm. That question right there. That's deep because of I seen it. We all went to different places, and my mother don't. They don't. You know, before we get in the building, I see my mother doing this right here.
I've done that. Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just to make him feel included to kids that not his.
Right.
Because you want to make him feel whole still.
Exactly.
And a man.
And a man.
That's where we're selfish.
You have
my point exactly.
You
just said it 2
What
hours
you just
ago.
said? No, say that on the mic.
That's where we're selfish. I said it 2 hours ago. We're selfish to the point where we want to make our man feel like a man no matter what he's going through, and y'all don't appreciate that shit sometimes.
So
on your terms, though.
So
terms.
hear me. So
not
again,
my terms. What the hell my terms got to do with
let
it?
me just tell you this.
Because if it was my terms, not for nothing, if it was on my terms, I could make you feel like an asshole and say, I don't have to, less than, I'm not going to slip you anything. I'm gonna handle everything and make you look dumb because you didn't do shit about the situation. Or emasculate you.
Can I just tell
but
you
I'm
this?
not. I'm helping you feel whole.
So I respect a woman like that. Let me explain something to you. So I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship where he was used to being on top, right? Right. And having the money, made more money than I did. Right. So then I went back to school, and he lost his job, and I made more money than him. Right. So there were times when I had 2 different debit cards. I had I want to say 2 different. I had 4 different.
Double bills.
So this is my thing.
Oh my God, we got
I slipped it before we went anywhere. I slipped you my debit card because guess what? I don't see you talking about the children. I'm talking about the waitress. Right. I don't want the waitress to see that I'm paying for the bill. Right. I don't want the manager to see that I'm paying for the bill. I don't want you to even understand. I don't want because the money is money. Right. It just is. So I have done that before. Right. My thing is, yes, we do as alpha female. Again, it goes back to us saying we're used to what we're used to doing. Yes, so we have to actually condition ourselves to be other than what we have built ourselves up to be and what we're used to. But there are women, hear me, there are women out there that understand the principle of you being the man. Right. And understand, and like your mother, like understand, like I don't care how much I make, you still the man.
Right. I get that.
You still the man.
Totally.
And when we go in here, you're the man.
All right, hold up real quick. So we got a lot of comments. I didn't know, sorry, I didn't notice we had all these comments, whatever. So we got a lot of comments in here. Wow. We're gonna take shout out to Remote Span, shout out to P. Parker, Timothy Beverly, everybody on the check-in, Jay Gray. All right, so let's take a comment and read it. Pick whatever you want, Toya. Let's start with Alicia and then go to Jay Gray.
Alicia Mitchell, the nurture complex, ? I can change him syndrome, ? Not all women, or maybe the I can save him again, not all women. The good guy might not be a challenge, food for thought. Usually when women get older and gain wisdom, they know that the good guy is more value than the bad guy.
All right. Jay Gray?
Julius Gray. What the women in pink just said is the example of nice guys finishing last. She wants the bad guy but needs the good guy. We don't want to be second choice either.
Yeah, that's the broad and the queen shirt.
It's all with growth, though. You can't tell me it's all with growth. You can't tell me my options. Like at the end of the day, at least I've learned. At least I've learned to.
Yeah, right. Dee Graham said his truth, but how do you handle his truth? Women have to know if that truth is what they want. I feel you, Dee.
I understand.
Dee said confusing. That's probably because everybody's going back and forth. Jay Gray said, Norm, can we collabo with Kiss and Jay Chosen on the RL and Deborah Cox thing when I started singing that? Shout out to Lakeisha Shell Mosley. What's up, Keisha? Dee said, correct, control of their life, but can be submissive in a relationship. Alpha female and alpha female can have a great relationship.
Right. Absolutely.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's true.
Keisha said no comment. And Dee Dee Graham said, an alpha has strength, confidence. Women who are controlling in a relationship doesn't mean they are alpha. They are just controlling. Two different definitions, but people do not understand the difference.
I would agree. I would agree.
All right.
You'll feel that.
Love
though.
that. Yeah.
All right. So shout out to all y'all on the check-in. Keep putting your comments in. We're reading. I'm trying. Tony, call in. Bruiser, 646-233-1302. You on the Mars versus Venus joint. And Timothy Beverly said,
in the fourth quarter.
You don't get older, you get experienced. Wow. You don't get older, you get experienced.
Okay. We're in the fourth quarter now.
And Timothy Beverly said, I blame this question on Mary J. and Fantasia. All right. Shout out to Vereen says some men is intimidating of independent women. I agree.
That's true.
Yeah.
Vereen, love you though. But anyway, okay. All right. So that's dope. We go to the next question?
No, I just agree with
Yeah. Answer the alpha male, like
no, no. That's the last one for y'all.
Okay.
Oh.
Our last question.
Hold it. Well,
what
was that question? Was it for the men or the women?
That was from the women.
Females, yeah.
From the women to us. So you got something?
But who answered most of the time? Again,
the women.
I'm just saying it sounds like
I answered it in the beginning, and then they just took over.
Why you running?
Alpha.
Jason,
all right.
ahead,
we got all alpha females in here.
Go ahead, Jason.
So again, I'm gonna ask this just
Alpha.
in case y'all want to respond. This because I already said my response to it, so it's on Fuse, Fat Lace, and Jay Chosen. Is it difficult to be in a relationship with an alpha female?
Nah, it's not difficult. But like the person who left the comment talking about controlling. It's hard to be in a relationship with someone who's controlling more so than alpha. Alpha, you could deal with that, making more money, whatever that case is. It is what it is. Money comes up, money comes down. But the crazy and control, well, not the crazy. We already know all y'all are crazy. But the controlling part is the hard part to be in, but not the actual alpha. The alpha is cool. And what I learned from being around older gentlemen, like I'm talking like the 60s, being quiet, not responding, going into another room, that's probably the best. Yeah, zoning out. Zoning out. Not shutting you guys down or shutting out. Just being quiet. That's the hardest thing that I feel when it comes to a relationship with a controlling female or alpha female, I guess. Any female, just learning how to shut up. Because I'll battle.
No doubt.
Just saying though.
Okay.
But I'm going to lose though. I'm going to lose.
You waved the white flag, is what you're saying?
That was your last question.
That was ours.
That was ours.
Yeah, it's 4 and 4.
For his.
You see that? You see that?
I just lost count because
we've
been here since like
Hey.
9 o'clock.
All right. So
like 10
the last
tomorrow.
question is from the men.
Friday now.
Go ahead.
Why are women's expectations higher than what they are willing to give? Why are women's expectations higher than what they are willing to give?
So not true.
No, that's Now this is real talk. Let's have some real talk here. Because
that's a good finale question.
Yes. Yes, because a lot of times
you
don't be defensive.
First of
I
all,
don't want nothing.
my level of expectations never get met. It's like no.
But real talk. Why are women's expectations higher than what they are willing to give?
I don't think that's true.
First of all, you can't say all.
That's not true.
I mean,
You can't
because
say
it's not.
all these questions.
Figured y'all
I mean, it's a women in
this.
general. So just answer the question, lady.
Why are some women's expectations higher than what they are willing to give? I don't know. I'm not one of those. Next.
Well, okay then. We pass the torch. Let's go.
Okay. From experience of being around women like that, I had to pull it off. I'm sorry. I've been around women who thought they were the shit.
Right.
Right. Who they thought they were the shit to the point where they felt like no man, no matter if they met the expectations or not, would never amount to the type of guy that they wanted. So no matter what you did, it wasn't gonna be enough. Stop pointing to him. That's rude.
They don't know me.
He's retarded.
They don't know me.
So my whole thing is this. Again, we're gonna go back to not all women, because for me, I don't ask for much. I ask for you to be completely real. Say what it is from the jump. It either is or it isn't. You get what I'm saying? It's that simple. I'm so like black and white. It's not even funny. It's like we're either gonna get along or we're not. You can make faces all you want. I'll be choking your orange
I'm
juice.
gonna choke the
Both of them.
Jason over here.
Right. No, but honestly speaking, like I think nowadays people just need situations where it's either what it is or what it isn't.
Right.
And if you don't know what it is or it isn't from the jump, then you shouldn't be in that situation. You have to be woman enough to be able to deal with whatever comes your way. Right. Now, if you're a woman who thinks that because I have this, I have that, I do this, I do that, that the man has to be equal to that, you're fooling yourself. You look a whole clown. Completely. Because my whole thing is this. That man can't do nothing for you that you can't do for yourself, and vice versa.
Right. I just want to
you just cut me up, but it's all good.
This is to clarity? You want clarity?
No, I don't need clarity.
We don't need clarity.
Hear me when I say this. There's a lot of times too where because you made a good point where either it is or it isn't, and there are times when and there are times when you have built a man up, you have been there for them. You have addressed all of their issues. You have coddled them in ways that they needed to be coddled because they weren't coddled as children. And you have built them up and they fall into the arms of another woman.
Right.
My level of expectation heightens with my experience. There are times when, no, seriously, guys, there are times when I'm going to tell you that my level of expectation is I need from you what I need from you. Right. I do.
And nothing more.
I need from you what I need from you. And is it too much to ask? Yeah, because there are times when you ask for certain things in a relationship and they look at you cockeyed like really? No, it's normal.
Such as like what? Be specific.
Oh God!
Why y'all doing this? Because it's a whole nother topic.
This is our question. Don't shut our question. They want to shut us down.
Before y'all go into that, because what the question you just asked is a whole nother topic, and we're going to address it. But I can only answer this question from me personally. Why are women's expectations higher than what you're willing to give? Mine are not. I am so flawed and so messed up that I'm not expecting a perfect man to come along and be like, I'm perfect, I'm this, that, and the other. Number one, because then I might feel insecure if I found a perfect man, because I'm like, I'm not. Right. I got a whole set of issues here.
Me too.
That you gonna have to deal with. So I don't want this whole perfect thing that people put out there. So for me, no. My expectations are not higher than what we're willing to give. However, just like one of the viewers just said, women are always giving out more than what it is we receive in return.
We do.
But wait. Hold on. Wait. Real quick.
Y'all give a bare minimal because y'all are deemed. Oh shit. This is because y'all get the bare minimal because y'all are taught to provide and protect. Okay, y'all are taught. Okay. Y'all live behind the cliche of, oh, he's just a man.
No, okay.
Y'all live behind that, so we give a lot more than what we get.
Not at all.
Wait, real quick.
We do.
You know where I think we fall. You know where I think we fall from. A lot of women. I'm not saying us, but some women have this thing in their brain where they feel like, if I do things at the level,
it's gonna change a man.
Right.
You can't
hold on. Right. If I do things at the level of a wifey, or the level of a girlfriend,
he'll notice
when
me
you
differently.
when you know you're just a smash. Yep. You a jump off, right? So now, oh, I want to pay this. I want to buy you this. I want to take you here. I want to display this persona that I feel you'll be attracted to. When meanwhile they don't give a shit. So you do, but you don't. Because guess what? I've been through relationships where I've had men, even to this day, that they're my exes, and they'll vouch for me to this day and say, oh, she was this, she was that, but we're not together. Why? Because despite the fact that I was a listener, despite the fact that I was a nurturer, despite the fact that when you was coming home at 4 o'clock in the morning, I was up cooking you a warm meal because I wanted you to be fed. I wanted you to know that I was here for you. Right? The sex was on point whenever you wanted it, how many times a day, no matter what it was. I don't care where it was, what time. You free? Okay, got you. That's me. But yet you still wasn't satisfied. Why? Because some people just need more and want more, and some people aren't just satisfied with just that one particular thing. And that's why I said, if you're not equipped, if you're not equipped with understanding that some men just need variety. And even if that variety includes you, if you're not willing to provide that variety and be a part of that, shut up, stay out of it. Because if you only want a commitment, then go for that. Find somebody who's going to be for you. Don't have this high expectation of a man either, because he might not be ready to give you what the hell you want either.
This is one of your problems.
I don't got no damn problem. I like what I want, and that's it.
This is one of your problems. All right. When we say, listen, babe, I heard. You know what y'all do? I heard too. Well, no, when we say, listen, babe.
Yeah.
Listen, babe.
A lot of times it does happen that way.
When we say, listen, babe, this is what bothers me. Y'all go. No, I'm talking now. I shut up. I let you speak through the whole thing.
Norm.
I let you speak through the whole thing. When we say, listen, babe, this is what bothers me. Y'all go. But this is what bothers me too. And my whole thing is, this goes back to shutting us down when we try to express ourselves about how we feel about something. So now when we wrap it up to why are women's expectations higher than what you are willing to give, a lot of times in your mental, y'all have a checklist for us. Listen, y'all do. Y'all have a checklist for us. If we don't meet certain criteria on that checklist, y'all ready to shut us down in a certain way. If we don't meet certain criteria on y'all checklist.
You just said that about us, though.
No.
You just said that about us in our Gucci belts, and like you just said that.
No, but y'all got. I'm not even talking about material things. Y'all have a certain checklist in y'all mental already for us that y'all ready. You know, if we don't meet it, y'all shutting us down.
In Norm, to piggyback off that, the number one thing is you're supposed to know already what the checklist is, without her even saying what it is, because you know her.
Readers. We're
not mind readers.
Exactly.
But see, that's what you just said. It's not about us.
Y'all don't even try to be mind readers. That's the thing.
Thank you. Jay Gray said yes.
Y'all don't even try.
A lot.
Y'all don't try.
That was the illest.
Y'all don't try. Come on.
Let me read this. This is from a woman.
That's a lie too. Some of us try.
Let me read this.
We still get shut down.
We knew he was gonna be home.
We get shut down.
We read your mind.
Hold up.
We got the chicken.
Hold up.
Y'all number one.
I'm reading a comment from somebody. All right. So Dee Graham said, "Women do not give out more. It is what you have seen, your experiences. We, as women, are nurturing creatures. Both have roles. One does not give more than the other. If that happens, communicate."
Right.
And that I mean she said that to your point.
Right. She's right.
Yeah, because you was like, women, we do.
I'm not saying that we do.
I don't need nobody.
We're real to shut up. We're real to no. Come on, she a female. There are certain things, qualities innately that you learn from your parents, your mother. And it say when a man do this, you do this. When you are in a household, you do this. It's the same things for a male. We do give out a lot more than a male. We do.
In a lot of cases, but at the same time, not really.
Go ahead, Jay.
No, that's all I had to say.
Babs
but
said
at the
no
same
one is
time,
perfect.
wait.
True.
Yeah, I mean,
at the same time, most women have to stop thinking that because I do things and I do whatever for these men, that it's enough. At the end of the day, I don't know any man on this earth that wants to feel validated by you thinking that I can buy my way into your heart.
Right,
I can do this, I can do that. At the end of the day, I'm not doing shit for you that I don't feel is gonna add value to your life. Me buying you a pair of rims is not going to add value to your emotions and what you're lacking as a king. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
it's true.
If you can, I can appreciate a dude coming to me and saying, "Yo, I have an issue," right? I can appreciate a man that can come to me and say, "Yo, I'm having an issue today. I feel some type of way, and guess what? Kiss, I need to come to you and talk to you." To me, that feels like you see the exception in me, other than what most women give to your life.
Right.
If I can't add value to your life, don't come at me. Because my whole goal is, even if I'm broken, if you're broken, I want to feel you. I want to make you feel more hope. It's all good.
I still feel like it starts from the freaking beginning.
Yeah.
When it comes to men and women, it's like don't get in a situationship and treat it like a relationship.
Right. Say it again.
Point
Say it again.
Period. Do not get in a situationship and treat it like a relationship, because what's going to happen is your expectation of that situation relationship is going to be shot down. So therefore, I feel like that's the beginning of it. So, and a lot of women, because you guys, like you said, you are emotional creatures. So when you meet a guy, okay, I like his build, and you already. It's like you already sizing up your man.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm married in my head 5 times.
Degree, you see what I'm saying? To a certain degree, right? When you,
I'm walking down the aisle.
That's my whole thing.
Agree with you.
With me?
Yeah.
I'm walking down the aisle 10 times. Like
no, I feel you. I feel you.
I done already.
Because as women, that's what we do.
Rings, like,
honestly, as women, that's what we do. As women, we wanna be able to say that. If we're interacting with a man, right, that we can see something beyond what it is.
But can I tell you that we're taught that? But can I tell you that as little kids, we are taught that? Let me tell you the difference between us and y'all. We're taught to date one male. If we date 2-3 males, guess what we're deemed? Hoes.
Right.
Hey.
And it doesn't even have to mean seriously.
Right. No. I get that.
It doesn't even have to mean that we're sleeping with all of them. But anytime that we have, you guys can have a Rolodex or a phone full of
the black book.
Females that you just choose to date. If we do that, we're taught that we are. Hear me. We're taught that we are deemed hoes, or we deemed like. So most of the time, what do? We date one person, and if it doesn't work out, whether it be 6 months, a year, 2 years later, we're so connected to them, so we're heartbroken when it's over.
Right.
So then we have to start over again. Where you guys are like, I need this one for this one, this one for that one. You're taught to do that.
You know what we are. You know what we are
now.
You know what we are though.
Now.
One at a time.
You know what we are. Men, we are trial and error.
So are we?
Why don't women teach us to be like
that? No. Because at the same time, with women, it's more on a spiritual side, because you guys take in, and then y'all give birth. That's a spiritual thing. A man, okay, me and you had a kid together, hypothetically, right? We had a kid together. That kid is gonna go where? If me and you're not together, exactly. That's just how it is, because the woman nurtures, right? So it's like, okay, well, I always use this example, Norm, as verse, like, this is the difference between men and women too. If me and you got a kid together and we go on by a car seat? No, you want to say car seat? What we put the babies in?
Playpen.
We're gonna say a crib, right?
Right.
The first thing a man do to a crib, what does a man does differently than a woman does?
You put it together. You put it together.
You put it together.
But what you do though that I do differently?
I put mine together. I don't know about y'all.
I put mine together too.
No. No. I'm gonna get to it. Like,
he didn't do nothing.
A woman reads the instructions.
I don't. That's bull.
Most women do, because you guys go by instructions, because that's how you guys are raised.
Right.
Nope.
That's how most of you guys are raised. If a guy, let me tell you something, Norm. If you bought right now something in the studio, I'm gonna look at the box and say I can do that,
right?
Because
that's the expectation.
We are trial and error.
Okay.
Most women go by the book, and so if by you guys being like growing up with the tea parties, I ain't saying all. I'm not saying all, but tea parties, dressing up. A lot of women already know what kind of dress they want at the age of 13, 15, 20 when they about to get married, because that's because what your upbringing, like you said, it comes from upbringing. Absolutely. Too. And as I came up, we came up as, oh, you a male, man up. Go outside and play on that tree right there. Women, I need you to sit right here and learn how to cook. It's a different upbringing. So it's like it's like I said, we can go back and forth all day. It's going to be the same thing. We could agree or disagree and keep it moving.
But see, it's going to always be different in some ways, because like for me and B, like I came up, my mother was a single mother. My father was in and out. He was always the love of my life, but I was raised by my uncles, my cousins, my brothers, and whatever the case is. So I was always in relationships where things fell apart and things wasn't working. I was over here reassembling speakers, splicing wires, and dudes are like, what the hell, like you're doing you're doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I had that mentality where it was like, yo, if you can do what you can for whatever the situation may be, then do that. And I also was raised by a woman who the only love that I knew that she knew was my father. So when he broke her, and I had to see her go through relationships that she thought were good for her, but end up getting her heart broken, I ended up suffering from the same things of thinking like, oh, because I am exactly what guys always say they want. Oh, they want, you know, the homie love a friend. They want broken. But I didn't take that into every situation and say like, oh, because 5 dudes broke my heart because I thought I was the it factor, and I'm not. Then I have to drag it into the next situation. Right. So like we can go on for all day by saying, oh, some men, some women, because we're not all the same. But the truth of the matter,
such.
And the truth of the matter, and that's the problem. Wait. Stop treating. But wait, and that's the problem. That's the problem. That right away,
it's vice versa.
Right away, no relationships are slim because right away men think that all women are the same, and the same way
because we hear it all the time.
We're not. It's
all
bullshit.
women. That's not true.
And we hear all
and it's
men
an
are
insult
dogs.
to everybody who's not. It's bullshit.
And we hear all men are dogs.
That's bullshit, though. That's bullshit. We know it's bullshit.
So listen. Why I will agree that we both feel that way. That you know, most of y'all are the same. Y'all feel most of us are the same. I agree that happens. But there has to be a point to where you enter every new situation. You need to treat as such.
Yes.
And this is real talk. You got to treat that person for the individual. You can't hold that person accountable for what happened in your past.
Absolutely.
And that's what happens sometimes because right away I get into a relationship with you, and then I start comparing you to the chick I used to be with.
Right. Yeah.
Oh
my God.
And I'm wrong for doing that, and
Yes,
y'all wrong for doing that as well.
We are.
Because sometimes the worst thing I see women do a lot of times is that y'all got this clock in your head where let me wait for him to mess up.
No.
Like this other dude did.
Oh my God.
No.
That's so unfair to women like me who always get the benefit of the doubt. That's messed up.
We not talking about the women like you. We not talking about the women like you. We not talking about the women like you.
Can I just tell you how many times, honestly, and I'm being as transparent as I can be, I have a lot of failed relationships. A lot of them that were not my fault. A lot of times, the crazy thing is, I just feel like I still loved like no one hurt me.
Exactly.
I still did. I still went into the next one like I'm going to love you.
Like
I'm going to cherish you. I'm going to do whatever. I still went to the next one, and you still did the same thing, and I still went to the next one and said I'm still going to love you.
Guess what? We do it too.
Do ya?
What you talking about? You acting like we not human. You acting like men don't have feelings. We have feelings. No. Hold that. We have feelings too, but we show them differently.
Okay.
We're not supposed to.
No. We show them differently. Exactly.
Right.
And I feel like women, y'all hold y'all feelings up here.
I know. I hold
and y'all is in here
because it's exactly.
We can't get to y'all.
No.
We can't get to y'all because everything's here.
It's not that you can't get to it. It's just the whole point of I still have to go through a transition, a process to trust you to get to that area.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop processing
because that's what it is.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop processing, and I need y'all to live.
No, that's how we operate.
But I'm gonna need y'all to operate a little differently.
Do we? No, you guys don't operate differently. You guys don't operate differently. Y'all operate the same way y'all want to operate.
We don't always. We do a lot of adjusting.
Real quick.
Kumbaya.
We do a lot of adjusting.
Real quick. Hold on. Pass it to Fuse. Fuse, what was you gonna say?
I forgot.
Try to remember because I know you had a good point.
I can't, yo.
We do a lot of adjusting.
Stay hungry.
We do a lot of adjusting. There's a lot. There are times when men will not budge, and you cannot tell me. There are times when men are like, yo, they are stuck in their ways, and we hear this statement about you guys all the time.
Right.
They're stuck in their ways. They're not moving. They're not judging. But you will have a woman that will do acrobatic tricks to change.
It still started at the beginning, sweetheart. If you know that guy, it start at the beginning. I'm still trying to tell you that. Like you guys go to a certain limit for a man that's not yours.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Right. Yes.
Dorothy said men do have feelings too.
They do. They get
Thank you,
scarred.
Dorothy.
They
oh
do.
my God, they do.
I get that part.
With that shit for 2
But I
years.
totally understand what you're saying.
The displaying of the
Yeah.
feelings is a little different. And what I'm saying, since
Yeah.
this is Mars versus Venus,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm trying to understand you, all I'm saying is that there is a lot of times
Right.
when you hold your feelings here, and I'm trying to get in.
Right.
And we do
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
adjusting.
But
we do a lot of adjusting.
Do you think?
Yes.
Only time men can express their feelings if they got a harmony and a beat. Like if we're rapping it, if we singing, that's the only time you want to hear it. If we love you, if we're hurting, pain, that's the only time we get respect doing it. Y'all throw draws on stage for dudes doing that. But if we're having a regular conversation, nah, we're soft.
That's not true.
It is true.
And
I saw you at the pack.
Listen, we are right now.
What does that mean?
Now,
You
I'm
saw
about to
me
say,
at the
I feel
pack
like
what?
right now
When the
we're talking
dude was
to-
singing, you was like singing his emotions out. You were there loving him.
So
you was
what?
there. But if that same dude,
Hold on, Jay was making a point.
The regular convo, you wouldn't love him.
But once
That's
again,
not true.
but once again,
This dude.
but once again,
real?
yeah, this guy.
This dude.
Yeah, once
This
again,
guy.
once again, I
Like,
feel like
come on.
once again, Jay, I'm gonna talk to you, my brother. 'Cause
Ooh.
I feel like once it's something going on right there. But I feel like once again, it's that
Shit.
we dealing right now with alpha women right now. So therefore, a lot of this stuff can
Shut up.
A lot of this stuff pertains to you guys. A lot of stuff don't. But that's once again, it's going back and forth. But I feel like when you first meet somebody, don't size this guy up to be your man.
I agree. I agree.
Because at the end, I feel like it was save your feelings. I feel like it would save your feelings or your emotions because of if me and you meet, you already got this whole assumption that okay, well, this is the guy for me.
Right.
When you don't know this guy.
Right. I agree.
And then at the same time, because most guys will put on that camouflage too because they want what you're holding. All guys love sex.
Hello. So I'm sorry.
So it's like that's why I said we can go back and forth all day, baby. But I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know how it is at the beginning. Like just confront that at the beginning because a man, he's only going to let you do so much, right? And at the same time, I feel like with certain men, if you approach a man differently in certain situations, you get different results.
How you approach?
All right.
Okay, so do you know why I'm confused?
Make
Okay,
your
real quick.
comment,
I'm gonna make
then
my
we're
comment.
gonna read the comments in the
It's gonna
chat,
be-
and then we're gonna close out.
It's gonna be confusing either way because long story short, I dealt with a situation where I knew somebody as a friend, right? As a friend for 13 years, right? And then became intimate with this person, right? This man had been through stuff with other women that initially I had to learn that they scarred him. Like sneaky things, like stuff that he didn't like, whatever. Yet sat there and told me, I can lay here and close my eyes around you, knowing that I'm the same thing that happened with homegirl and whoever, whatever, ain't gonna happen with you.
Is y'all still
I can
together?
sit here. I can sit here and say that things we talk about, whatever I open up about, I can say to you wholeheartedly, and I know that you're not gonna go and blab your mouth because you're not that type of chick, blah blah blah.
Right.
But yet he trusts me, but it's a
Are they still
contradiction.
together?
No.
That's my point.
First of all, we wasn't together to begin with. It wasn't. It was a situationship. So my whole thing was this, right? Again, and the reason why it wasn't a relationship to begin with was because it just wasn't established that way. We just had that thing. We had that chemistry. We had that rareness that was like, yo, it is what it is. We good, whatever the case was. But it gets to a certain point where, as a man, you can't say, Shorty put me through this one put me through that. I feel none of that with you because you are the exception. But yet, it wasn't even about me even wanting to be anything. It's the fact about you not even giving me that initial trust to say, like, you're saying that, but you're still saying, but I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. But yet, I'm different. So you're confused as a mug. It ain't just us. Women are not the most emotional creatures on the face of the earth. Y'all are emotional too.
Thank you.
And sometimes you don't
And
know. You
more
ask me a
emotional.
fucking elbow. Y'all are emotional
More
too.
emotional.
Y'all are more emotional because no.
Yes, y'all are.
Because you know why? Because it's a man's world, and men think that,
Dunkin'
you know
High's
what?
moist. Like just moist.
Listen, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if y'all are not satisfied, the world is undone. If we're not satisfied, you'll get over it. Stop. It is what it is. Y'all are built to be this strong factor to say we are the motivators. We're the ones that's supposed to teach y'all as women to know what we like and what we don't like. But then when we know it and when we get accustomed to it, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Then you want to change routine and you want to change the initial reason why we even became a factor to say. because I was just getting too close, whatever. You get scared about commitment or whatever it may be. And even when it's not commitment, it could be exactly what the hell you want, but you still get scared because you might feel a little different about how you feel. And so now, it's a problem. Fuck out of here. Stop.
All right, first of all, wait. First of all,
dick, I'm gonna say fuck out of here.
First of all,
stop.
First of all,
y'all just as emotional as we are. You just don't want to admit it because you don't want to make yourself feel emasculated.
Woo!
Deal with that shit.
Deal with it.
Deal with it.
I'm gonna sip my wine.
Listen. I respect.
I was trying to offer you something.
I respect your view, my dude. Yo, my man. Yo, my man. You made your point. Now, now back.
Why do y'all do that?
Back to.
That's not right. That's not right.
No, he always calls me one of the dudes. Because he always say I'm one of the boys.
No, but Jeff called me a man all day.
Norm says all day I'm not one of the girls. I'm one of the guys.
He's calling me a man. I'm not a man. I'm a girl.
All right, so now. All right. So now, no. Listen. All right. So we're gonna shout out to Dorothy Norman Rucker. Dorothy Norman Rucker said start at the beginning. And Julius Gray said, "Oh, this topic ain't over." Yeah, it's real in the field. It's real in the field.
Literally.
Shout out to Kevin Motley. Said good relationship requires you to give it proper time and make the right amount of efforts to make things work. When you lack time to pay attention to issues that threaten your relationship, you only create room for a breakup. Without making adequate efforts to create quality time for your relationship to work, the communication between you and your partner cannot be strong. Okay. All right. So thanks, Kev, for that comment. And Dee Dee said, "Listen better." True indeed, Dee Dee. Mimi said, Kevin Motley said, "But you should be equally yoked." Hey, Mimi said, "And all women aren't loose or gold diggers."
Right. Absolutely.
No doubt. So listen. So we definitely got to have a shout out to Marcus Arthur. Marcus Arthur said, I enjoy emotion in women. Tears, whether through pain or pleasure, they're beautiful."
Norm, can I just say one thing really quick?
Now B would call you moist for that, Marcus. B would call you moist, bro.
But you know that's what's crazy is that every woman is not emotional, and I will tell you this: there are times when I've been hurt, but I've never shared that. There are times when I was not unable to, because again I'm around males, so I was unable to express myself or say that I was hurt or whatever. Now I've learned to now, but I wasn't always like that. You could hurt my feelings, I would cry, and I would never ever. Why are you doing that, Jason? Why are you doing that? Seriously, I was unable to share how I felt.
Word.
Why I say word?
Because it doesn't matter what we say right now. You right, baby.
I'm talking about myself.
I know. You're right, and you're right.
I'm
That's why they
telling you
say
that
word.
there are times when I didn't feel expressive too. There are times when we have communication issues as well.
Yeah.
When we don't know what we feel either, but we try to formulate what we feel. Y'all don't.
So in other words, so
put that. Sit on the mic, please. Sit down on the mic, please.
Maybe you should take time before you formulate like we do.
Yes.
Y'all, sometimes y'all never come back. Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
We come back when our time is right, not when your time is right.
A month later.
That's when our time is right.
See why we need hoodies?
Our message is like God. It doesn't come on your time. It comes on the right time.
Okay. So look, this is what we're going to do. First of all, I think we all can agree this was a phenomenal platform today. A lot of different views, a lot of different opinions, all of that. But the bottom line is, after really assessing everything, nobody's right, nobody's wrong. Because it's basically, yeah, because it's basically, this is how we feel. This is how we feel about it. Us being men and y'all being women. So let me ask the ladies this first. From today, what did y'all take from today? And let's keep it at like maybe one paragraph.
I don't like Jeff.
Oh shit.
No, seriously.
Oh,
what did
God.
you take from today's show? Mars versus Venus. B.
You guys taught me a lot. As much as listen, as much as I come back at y'all, understand that I'm taking it in as well. So I understand the level of I understand how y'all communicate. I understand y'all setbacks. I understand why y'all don't feel like y'all can. The trust thing to me screamed today.
Yeah.
You want to be able to trust us because that is actually in every single question that was asked. It just kind of went back to that. So that if I didn't hear anything else today, and I'll go back and watch, but if I didn't hear anything else today, I will say that you want to open up to someone that you can trust.
Right.
And vice versa. That's just it.
Yeah. I think for me, with everything that I thought or I think still that I know about men, as women, we just need to. I think everything that was said today just resonates with me highly, and I think we just as women need to start implementing more and more each day to you guys. Just as far as like how we say it's some or not all, whatever the case is. For the ones that are the exception to the rule, we need to keep on implementing that there are good women out there. There are women who are selfish for you. Oh, Jesus. Who are selfish for you and not for ourselves. Because at the same time, yes, we want to be happy, but there's nothing more endearing to a real woman than having a man that knows that he's comfortable where he's at and knows that he's safe and knows, because with us, like you said, you guys were raised to protect. And for us, in a way, the nurturing is also an example of protecting our men. So if I can't make you feel like a king, there's no reason for you to be in my space. So I think with us, we just need to keep on building that barrier, where men kind of feel safe. Like, okay, there is an exception, and there is space for us to be able to be happy somewhere. Whenever you're ready, because I know some of y'all ain't ready, which is good.
All right,
just be on time, be consistent, and shut up. That's it.
So,
Make me a sandwich sometimes and rub my feet.
Is that an alpha female talking?
I don't consider myself an alpha female. I just consider myself a consistent woman.
I promise you. I'm just playing.
No, I know. I'm just saying. But you know what? I honestly don't. I don't consider myself an alpha female.
This was a summation.
I consider myself. I'm not, right? Because I'm not.
Because I'm not. We're not.
So,
we're not. I just want what I want, and I want you to want what I
again.
want, and what you want, and then we good.
Can you tell us briefly what did you take away from?
Make me happy. I make me happy, and get on my face.
The male perspective.
Just saying.
Given to you today.
Don't ask for shit.
Well, first of all, I appreciate the show because I think a lot of times as women we don't listen, and I think a lot of times that men don't talk because we don't listen. And I like to hear men talk, and I like to hear men's perspective most of the time. I agree with the other ladies. One of the things that I took away is that you guys do have a lot of trust issues, and I think the first caller said it best, and I'm gonna keep going back to that you have to realize you're not dealing with man, woman, good, bad, black, white, this, that, and the other. You're dealing with another spiritual being, and this person is made up of experiences and trials and tribulations and thoughts and feelings and emotions, and you have to treat that individual as such, not based off of your own experiences, not based off of anything they've been through, you've been through, but just treat that person as such, and give everybody a chance. We're all humans here. We're all going to be flawed. We're all going to have issues, and you men feel same as women feel.
Yeah,
you just may handle it
That's
differently.
the key. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm trying to understand how y'all handle it, just so I don't keep messing up. 'Cause clearly, I'm messing up out here
somewhere,
but I'm just trying to figure that part out. But that's it.
I told you where you messing up at.
All right, all right, fellas. After hearing everybody today on Mars versus Venus, BKS1 Radio. I'm gonna start with Short Fuse, bro. What did you take away from the female perspective?
I'm not ready.
What I took away from all this, I'm a Virgo, so I knew it all already. I understood that men are gods, and you guys need to submit and listen more, and we'll be all right in all relationships.
Shut his mic off. Shut his mic off. Shut his mic off.
No, what I learned. Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods.
Where is You don't clap that up.
What I learned is that everybody needs to listen to each other and adapt, and be willing to give and take.
I agree.
All right. Fat Lace.
Moist is good.
Sometimes.
Fat Lace.
So we all moist. Why the men gotta be so moist? Like, but like this is what I learned about the women,
Go ahead.
especially the women who come across it. And this I experienced this before. The women from the hood, the women who've been around guys, they're the tomboys. They, you know what I'm saying, all that. They are the sweetest pieces of pudding because they come across super hard. Once you crack that little,
I try.
Y'all are pudding. Y'all so soft. Like it's fun. You're not.
I am. It's okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Inwardly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know, it's just so funny how the facade, the front.
Yes.
But then once you cut straight to it, you know, it is what it is.
like a
but
dude,
you know,
though.
but it's fun though.
Yo, he's
The
supposed to
battle
be
is
making
fun.
his point.
It's true.
But that's the
Right.
point. That's,
Right.
But this
just
is the
let
thing.
him- let him
I
just
can't
make
do
his
it.
point. Jeez.
This is the point.
You gotta learn radio.
This is the point. We can't make a point. When you're pudding, you can't make the point.
Exactly.
You know, it is what it is.
Exactly. Jay Chosen.
Calling us moist.
It's my turn. Okay.
Yes.
What I
did
got
you
from the
take
day
from the female perspective today?
Yes, what I got from the day from my beautiful black sisters today. I simply got that communication is number one.
Oh, okay.
And just being able to just communicate with each other, to build each other, to want something together. It's a togetherness thing when it comes to
Joshua, can we get Jay?
This is me. Thank you. I just feel like today what I gather from this what I gather from this togetherness is togetherness.
Okay.
You feel what I'm you feel what I'm talking, how I'm talking when I'm talking about it?
Wow.
That is, and that's all I got from the ladies. You know, like I say, we can go back and forth all the time. You know, it's gonna be a topic and subject that we can't, really get to the core of it. So it's one of those moments that you just have to really, like you said, listen to each other and together to be one.
Right.
Thank you.
He said, thank you, God bless you, and good night.
Right.
All right, good. No.
Thank you for coming out.
All right. What I gathered from today, from the female perspective,
Here we go.
and real talk, is that y'all want to be heard, y'all want to be loved without being hurt, and that's it.
That's it. That's it.
Simple.
Well, you know what, Norm, you was here. Can we give you 7 o'clock? Because that was it. That was it.
That's what I gathered from that.
That's it. That's it.
Shout out to everybody that was on the check-in.
Did he say that?
Y'all can go if you missed. I'm sorry if y'all missed it on Facebook. Just go to. Let me put the link in. Just go to YouTube. You can hear the whole show. If you missed any part of it, you can hear the whole show. And we're gonna try to do this once a month. Once a month, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back with different questions, different topics, and everything. Different food, different drinks, everything.
You know what? Same chicken wings.
Don't
Yo,
bring
same
no Hennessy,
bagels.
though.
The bagels was
No
rocking.
Henny.
Yes.
Yeah,
no Henny,
No
because
Henny allowed.
All right. There was Henny in the building?
No. I
we're
said
just
none.
saying none.
Oh, okay. All
I'm
right.
good on dark liquor, though.
Child.
No, you're not.
Oh shit.
Damn.
It's race. Yo.
So we want to thank everybody for joining us. Tune in. Next show will be tomorrow, Man Cave Morning Show.
Oh, God.
Check us out in the morning on BKS1 Radio. Check out the Owl Show Tuesdays, 7 to 8:30 p.m.
Be real. Afternoon.
Check out the In the Game show, In the Game, with BKS. That's 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I know sometimes it varies, like the Man Cave.
But the Owl Show is. Go ahead.
Yes, I said that already.
I ain't hear that.
You wasn't listening.
I was waving.
We just
You was
talked
waving.
about
I'm
this.
gonna do my homework.
Sus.
I'm gonna do my homework.
Sus.
Jeez.
Talked about this.
So anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Man Cave Morning Show. Shout out to everybody on the check-in, man. And look, don't forget, The holiday party, BKS1 Radio holiday party is going down December 15th. Everybody has to be in the building.
We're going to be wearing our Sunday
December 15th is the holiday party. Everybody. It's the Who Owns the Mic. It's the 10-year anniversary of BKS1 Radio. So look, for any singers, any poets, any comedians that want to just jump on the stage, take that mic and do what they do. Come on out, have a good time. It's only $10 to get in, people. It's only $10 to get in.
Okay,
but it's
wait.
Gonna be an
Jay got a show
night.
that night, so promote that too. It is what it is.
We didn't ask that.
Wow, you so evil.
Cut him mic.
Damn.
Learn. You're rude. You didn't even let me get through the whole what's the name.
Damn.
Jeez. December 15th. All right. I'm glad our mic is off. So now, December 15th at the zoo. I didn't even get out the location. I didn't get, no, did I say the location?
No, you did not say Zulu Bar. Go ahead.
Thank you. All right, so again, it's going to be December 15th. She's so in a hurry to get. I got your boy Jay. I got Jay, but I got him. But go pee. Go pee. Jesus, man. Please, people learn radio. So anyway, Zulu Bar, December 15th. All right, we are having the holiday party in the Who Owns the Mic in the anniversary at the Zulu Bar, 437 Main Street, West Orange, New Jersey.
Yes.
Come on out, have a good time. It's only $10 to get in. All right. If you would like to sign up for the open mic, please, it's only $10 registration. Just hit us up, but it's going to be an awesome time. West Orange is going to be our last event of the year.
Yes.
All right. Now, Jay, what do you have going on?
What I have going on, I actually have a performance the 15th. So guys, I'm gonna try to get there, but I doubt if I'll be around the area because we're gonna be in Queens, New York, and at the Black Spectrum Theater.
Okay.
Yeah. So that starts.
Is that the thing with the Foursome D's?
Yes, that's with Foursome D's,
Yes.
and so shout out to them. And if you guys need to know more information, just follow me at J Chosen Music on Instagram, all social sites. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
All right. Now go ahead, Spike. You can speak.
Being the man he is.
Make sure y'all check the Beards and Ballheads tomorrow night.
Yes.
Monday night.
Yes.
9 to 10:30.
Please get that out, bro.
Yeah,
Thank
make
you.
sure
Thank
y'all
you.
And our show is always on Tuesdays.
Yes.
7 to 8:30.
Ow.
And the Man Cave Morning Show is actually in the afternoon at 12:30 p.m.
The Man Cave Morning Show.
Afternoon show.
Yo.
Oh, afternoon.
Listen, don't pay me and Kiss no mind. I love this man with all my heart. That's my partner.
And Storm No will always be my bitch. It's all good.
I'm done.
No doubt.
And we're all moist.
No doubt.
Moist.
Y'all have a great Sunday.
We all love each other.
Yes.
So much love.
Y'all have a great Sunday. We'll be back next month with this whole
moist.
man versus woman thing.
Together.
Mars versus
Like a
Venus.
big
Y'all
yeast
take care.
Ew.
Y'all crazy.
You said a big yeast